The following is yet another high school sports presentation brought to you by the high school sports leader in North Texas, 92.1 FM KXEZ, the Possum.
From Alford V. Johnson Stadium, a very pleasant good evening, everybody. Rowlett Eagle football is on the air. Tonight, the Eagles will take on the Wylie Pirates in a key district game. Hi again, everybody. I'm Scott Powell alongside Hank Clements, who is taking the place of Ethan Herrera, who you normally hear on here. Ethan has the week off, and we're happy to have Hank along. We're so glad you're along with us tonight here on 92.1 FM KXEZ. Remember, we are your home for Rowlett football here in 2021, and you are listening to Countdown to Kickoff, brought to you by Certified Foundation. Rowlett comes in with a 1-4 overall record. They're 1-1 in district play. Wylie, exactly the same. They're 1-4 overall and 1-1 in district play. So this is a very important playoff positioning matchup tonight, because the team that wins is going to be right in the meat of the race, while the loser will have some trouble getting back into the race, because both teams' only win so far in district play was over probably the worst team in the district, South Garland. They both handled them very easily and have struggled against everybody else, including their one district loss for each team, as last week Rowlett was beaten pretty badly by Saxe right here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium and here on 92.1 FM, while Wylie was beaten handily by Garland, and Garland and Saxe are the two front runners beginning play this week at 2-0 in district play. Most of the other teams are 1-1, while South Garland and Lakeview Centennial are 0-2 going into play this week. Let's take our first break. When we come back, we'll hear from Rowlett head coach Derek Alford on tonight's We Will Win interview with the coach. So stay with us. We'll hear from the coach after this timeout on 92.1 FM KXEZ.
Welcome back to 92.1 FM, the KXEZ, the Rowlett Eagles We Will Win show, presented by a Certified Foundation as part of our Countdown to Kickoff, is now here with head coach of the Rowlett Eagles, Coach Derek Alford. And Coach, last week a tough loss to a district rival. Starting field position was a big part of it early, along with some special teams blunders, but their offense was explosive, Saxe, and their defense was flying to the ball every possession, every play. What was the team not exactly ready for from that Saxe program coming out of the gate?
Well, that's a good question. I wish I knew the answer, because we had 3 really good days of practice leading up to it, and I thought our kids were focused and ready to play, but we sure didn't look like it. Watching us play first quarter and a half, we were pretty much out of it. So we're going to go back and reevaluate and do a better job as coaches of making sure our kids are ready to play.
Gotcha. See, a couple of things, penalties and turnovers obviously were probably early at least the big part that hurt the team last week. It was 12 penalties for over 100 yards, 3 turnovers. Can those sort of things be addressed and legitimately worked on during the week of practice? And if they can, how is that done?
Well, the big thing is each coach holds their kids accountable for what happens on the field. So when we do make mistakes like that, we have some sled pushes and some other things we hope to get their attention. But that's definitely on us as coaches to get it cleaned up. That's not the kind of program we want to run here, and that's not the direction we want to go. I don't think none of our kids were being necessarily dirty on purpose, but those kind of situations happen, and you got to address them and clean it up, because we're not good enough right now to overcome penalties on any drive.
Well, the mindset of most coaches that in my personal experience, and that I've seen, and of players after a loss like that, is just to throw it away, move on to the next one. It's a new day, things like that. How do you prefer your staff and the team to handle a game like last week?
I mean, it's really always the same. Whether we win or lose, is we're always trying to learn and get better from what we messed up, and then praise and acknowledge the things that we did good. I think offensively, our offensive line got a whole lot better in the second half. This was the first time of the year that we were able to consistently run the football with success. So I was really, really happy with that because it's something we struggled with earlier. Obviously, running the football helps a lot of things. It helps your defense. It helps your overall team mentality, and it helps you can control the clock a little bit better when you can run the football. So that was, the big bright spot of the day for us was our ability, I think, up front that we got better running the football.
Absolutely. I don't usually like to single out one player, but there's someone I do want to single out this week just because in the booth, me and Scott Powell have both thought that he has improved every week on defense and has quickly become really a staple of the team. He had a kick return for a touchdown last week, and the week before an interception return. That's Joseph Brox. He looks every single week like he's getting better and better, making great reads, deflecting passes, everything you want out of a defensive back. And he really adds that spark. What do you like so much about Joseph Brox as a player, and what can be attributed to his success and his improvement, really?
I think the best thing we like about him is he's only a sophomore.
Right.
And he's a ball hawk. He's always around the ball. He has great football IQ. I think that's his biggest asset is that football is important to him, and he studies the game. I know Coach Hall and Coach Wilkins have done a great job coaching. They both coach the secondary. And, future's bright with him back there in the secondary.
Well, yeah, we talked about how he, for some reason, I know he plays cornerback, but it feels like he's always involved, like a middle linebacker. He's always in there in the play somehow, trying to make a big difference. He is really a bright spot on the defense, for sure.
For sure. He loves football, and I think that's the biggest thing is you get kids that love the game. They just play it a different way than the kids that, they're just out there. They like it. I think James loves it.
Well, this is the Rowlett Eagles We Will Win show presented by Certified Foundation as part of KXEZ's Countdown to Kickoff. Coach, moving ahead to this week, the Eagles have a chance to move back above 500 in district play. It's a big game. You take on a Wylie team who's coming off a big win in South Garland. They have a couple of strong weapons on offense. Their quarterback, Isaac Fee, and their running back, Blake Fuller. A lot of yards, especially last week. What can you tell us about this Wylie Pirates team that we're going to see tonight?
Oh, they're a really good football team. They're well coached. Coach Carter does a good job of them. He's been there forever. Defensively, they've run the same scheme they've ran probably the last 20 years. They're in a 3-4 look, and they know it inside and out. They're really good at running it, and offensively, they got a huge offensive line. They're good-looking kids. I thought Saxey did an outstanding job against us up front, offensive line-wise, and I think Wylie is very, very similar to them. So we have a work cut out for them. Their quarterback's a great operator, and they got good, hard-nosed running kids around him. So it's going to be a good game. They're kind of in the same situation as us. They need a win in a bad way to stay in the playoffs, as do we. So it's going to be a big game.
Oh, it's going to be one of those turning point games. It seems like it's back-to-back home games now, which is a great sign for you after going the first 4 away from home. See, those back-to-back home games, like I mentioned, coupled with it's a good game, but also a winnable game. And it sets the team up for to really find its stride, a true bounce-back game, especially from last week. What makes this week so important, like you mentioned, to the team and to the players' mindset going in for the rest of the season?
Well, it's the most important game is because it's the next game. That's right. The main thing. But all the things you mentioned are for sure a huge part of it, and the fact that, for us to stay where we're in control of our destiny as far as the playoffs, it's really a must-win. So that's the way we're approaching it. And, we've told the kids, hey, this is a playoff game because if you don't win this game, then you're more than likely going to have to depend on other people to get in the playoffs. So, the first half of that Saxey game, I wanted to give all the fans their money back because we just did not show up like I thought we would. And like I said, I was proud of them second half because I think we tied or won the second half, which is good. But that's not what our fans came for. We had a huge student section, band, cheerleaders, drill team, as well as just regular fans. We had a huge following, and they stayed with us till the very end. And that's something that we talk to our kids about. Is we've got administration and all the people I just mentioned are behind us. We got to start holding up our end of the stick.
Well, we want to thank Coach Derek Alford for his interview with Ethan Herrera on our We Will Win Coaches Show, brought to you by Certified Foundation. Let's look at these Wylie Pirates tonight. They have lost to Plano West to open the season 49-32, lost to Keller Central 34-17, and then at district play, they've lost to Garland 48-0. Beat South Garland last week by a score of 63-0. Averages 28 points a ball game, a great balance, an exact balance of 172 a game on the ground and 172 a game through the air for a total offense of 344 a game. They do give up 32.7 points a game, 198 on the ground, 140 through the air. Not a bad pass defense. They do give up 7.1 a carry against the rush for a total defense of 338 yards. Individually, the quarterback is Isaac Fay, spelled P-H-E, pronounced F-A-Y. Isaac Fay, the quarterback, a 59% passer. 172 yards a game, 864 yards, 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Blake Fuller, probably the best player offensively, 566 rushing, 113 a game. He has 3 100-yard games, 5.9 per carry, and 7 touchdowns. Reed Dana next with just 92 yards. So Fuller with 67% of the rushing game. He's also the third leading receiver, 9 catches, 106 yards, 11.8 and 2 touchdowns. Seth Kramer leads the way receiving, 19 for 288, 15.2, 2 touchdowns. Eric Vargas, 10 for 181, 18.1. And then the tight end Colin Hatzenbuehler, 11 catches, 98 yards, just 8.9 per catch. So Wylie team has made the playoffs 11 of the last 14 years, but only 8 times as a winning record, as a team with a winning record. So they've had very much a mixed bag. Only one district championship during that time. That was 2 years ago, and they went 6-5 that year. So very average records through these 14 years. They've made the playoffs as the second-place team 3 times, the third-place team 5 times, and the fourth-place team 3 times with only one district championship. So very much a mixed bag for this program. Series between these two teams, Wylie's won the last 3 games, and 8 of 9. This will be the 10th meeting tonight in this series. So they've really dominated all those last 2 years. Wylie won 30-27 last year and 14-13 2 years ago. So 2 games decided by 4 points the last 2 years. In 2018, they won 42-28. There was a 6-year gap where the two teams did not play from 2012 to 2017. Wylie won the first 5 of the first 6 in this series, starting in 2004 to 2011. Rowlett's only win against Wylie came in 2005 by a score of 42-24. Let's take one final break. Back with the opening kickoff in a moment here on KXEZ. We're back. Hank Clemens, what were the results of the coin flip?
The coin toss was won by Wylie, and they chose to defer to the second half.
So Rowlett also Wylie's going to get the football, even though they deferred?
I beg your pardon.
You got it backward?
You got it backward.
Okay, Wylie is going to take the football. Rowlett will kick off and go left to right. Rowlett, the home team tonight here at HBJ. They're in their maroon jerseys with white numerals, maroon helmets with the white eagle across it, and white pants. Wylie, kind of the opposite. Maroon pants with white jerseys and maroon numbers and maroon helmets. It's 2 teams with similar color schemes, but the key tonight, Wylie in the white jersey, Rowlett in the maroon jersey. The The weather tonight is a little iffy. We've got showers, it looks like, off to the north, the south, and the east, and we're kind of surrounded by some ugly-looking clouds, but so far we have not seen a drop of rain, and here is the opening kickoff. It's a deep driving kick that's going to hit at the 3 and bounce through the end zone, so a good start for the Rowlett kicker tonight, and that's Jacob Martin, who's done a good job with the place kicking.
Yeah, and I'm impressed to see these teams kicking it out of the end zone. We've complained the last few years that so many balls were the pooch kicks and took it right out of the end zone.
One reason is he's got a very strong wind behind him. Because of these pending showers, there is a strong wind from left to right out of the north, and it's a good steady 20 to 30 miles an hour. So Martin took advantage of that to kick it out of the end zone. First and 10 at the 25 for the Wylie Pirates. Movement in the line. Rowlett is offside, so a free play, but the quarterback Bay will roll right and just heave it out of bounds instead of what you normally see on that free play.
Offside.
Down the field.
Defense, number 4. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
That is the voice of referee Scott Davis. Brad Gant is the umpire. The headlinesman Parrish Cooper. Dave Larson is the line judge. The back judge is Malachi Tillman. Terrence Williams, the field judge. Lindell Davis is the side judge. There are your 7 officials. Second and 10, Wylie at their own 20, make it the 30-yard line after the 5-yard walk-off. Quick out pass is caught, and a first down is racing up the near sideline with the ball is the receiver.
Chase Byers.
Yes. No, that's Eric. Should be Eric Vargas, number 14 for Wylie, with the catch and the first down. That's a gain of 8 yards, and move the chains for the first time tonight. Ball on the left hash. Handoff right up the gut to Blake Fuller. Pretty good hole over right guard as he crosses the 40 out to the 43-yard line. Fuller, the top back, he's got 65% of their rushing yards this year. They're going to mark it at the 42 for a gain of 4.
Yeah, this Wylie offensive line looks big, and they look like they fire off the ball pretty well, at least early going in this game.
Just underway. We're glad you're with us. Wylie and Rowlett. As you can hear all the Rowlett games here on 92.1 FM. Quick out pass by Fay is dropped. Vargas was open, a little hitch screen, and hit him in a bad spot right in the hands for an incompletion. 3rd and 6 coming for the Wylie Pirates. They go into a very strong wind here in the first quarter, first possession of the game. Each team 1-1 in district play, so this is a big game for both teams. Top 4 in the go to the playoffs, and this is an 18 district, so half the district will go to the playoffs. Fay on the keeper up the middle, pretty good gainer, and that's enough for a first down as he takes kind of a headlong slide as he hit midfield and goes down right at the 50. That's a gain of 8, a 3rd down conversion, move the chain.
And a great decision by Fay to tuck the ball down and take off. Had a wide opening, looked like the parting of the Red Sea, and he got enough of the first down.
Almost looked like a called quarterback draw. I don't know. It looked like he looked downfield and took off awfully quickly. Ball center of the field.
He did.
At the 50. Wylie on the march. Started back at their 25. Fay will hand it to Fuller on the dive down to about the 45 before he's driven back. On his back with the tackle for the Rowlett Eagles is Ja'Cory Brown, and he got some help from his teammates. They'll give him 5 to the 45.
Yeah, it looks like this Wylie offense, they really like running by that right side. Don't have the sizes of the players, but they look like they have an advantage over the D-line.
It's a good point because they have gone right on every play, haven't they, Hank?
Yep.
Fuller goes right also over tackle this time. Big hole, then he runs into
another
the defender and runs over that defender to the 39 for 6 yards.
Move the chains.
As he ran over Isaiah Armstrong, one of the linebackers. 1st and 10 at the 39. Fuller again over right guard. This time he's in early and get a short gain. Ja'Cory Brown again with the tackle. He has been active early along that Rowlett defense.
Certainly in the game, but so far the Wylie offensive line is really getting a nice push.
3 first downs on a march that started back at the 25-yard line. 2nd and 7 from the Rowlett 36. four-man front, two linebackers. It's Fay is in shotgun. Big, tall youngster drops and looks. Now he's going to run out to the right toward the sideline. Tippy toes down that sideline, and a good job of stepping out right at the first down marker. Of course, it helps that the markers are over on the right, and he was headed right, and he just picked his point to step out. It was the perfect time.
And to your earlier point, Scott, that looked awfully a whole lot like that may have been a designed run all the way. He dropped back and tucked it under really quickly and took off.
Fresh set of downs at the Rowlett 29, first and 10. Fake. Fakes the handoff to Fuller. Quick pass in the slot is caught. And crossing the 20 down to about the 18 goes Seth Kramer.
Well, that's
nice play
offside.
action pass. Okay. Well, they'll probably decline this because they got plenty for the first down to the 20,
right.
About the 20-yard line.
Offside. Defense number 21. That penalty's declined. Result of the play is the first down.
Gain of 11. They'll mark it at the 18, and that is the 5th first down of this opening drive for Wylie. Fuller, the lone back to the right of Fay. 3 receivers wide right, 1 to the left. The ball's the center of the field. So the strength of the formation to the right. Fay with a long count. Claps his hands, gets his snap. Play action. Quick pass left to the one receiver over there. It's caught by Vargas, but he is downed immediately. And on the tackle over there was Tajay Labrera.
He was the guy offside that played before, junior cornerback.
They still got 5 out of that. It'll be 2nd and 5 at the 13. It is awfully dark out here as the sun has not gone down completely. And boy, it looks like the lights just really have not taken very good effect. It's unusually dark out here right now. 2nd and 5. Give on the dive to Fuller. He fights for yardage. He's going to be well short. He only got a yard. So Rowlett forcing another third down here. 3rd down and 4 for the Wylie Pirates. Could be 4-down territory because they would have to kick into the wind even if they tried a field goal.
The way they're running the ball, especially to that right side, I absolutely would expect them to line up and go for it.
This is their 2nd, 3rd down conversion try on this drive, which tells you something. They're getting it done on 1st and 2nd down. Give it to Fuller. He's hit at the line and driven back. So Rowlett will force a 4th down play. Nowhere to go there over right tackle.
Well, the running back, he went the wrong way. If he had cut back to the left, he had a hole. Just didn't see it. Sometimes that peripheral vision is tough when you're at the line of scrimmage.
Looks like they will try a field goal. At least they're going to line up for one. Ball will be put down almost the center of the field. Good angle here for the left-footed kicker. It'll be a 30-yard attempt if he tries it. Snap is down. Ball is up. The kick is wide right. No good. So Rowlett has held and will take over for their first possession here in the first quarter.
Don't forget, if you can't get us here at 92.1 KXEZ, you can hear the games on TuneIn Radio. Go to TuneIn Radio or the TuneIn Radio, click on 92.1 KXEZ. You can hear us anywhere in the world. So tell your out-of-town family and friends about TuneIn Radio.
1st and 10 Eagles from their 20. Handoff, sweep right, breaking a tackle and getting it to the sideline for a good pickup on 1st down is the running back, Kingston Johnson. They're going to mark him at the 27. Good gain of 7 as he bounced it outside after there wasn't anything available over right tackle. 2nd and 3. Eagles line up quickly. James Okola, the quarterback in the shotgun. He's got a full out backfield. Okola is going to toss it right to Johnson, who heads up the seam as the 1st down as he crossed the 30 and was down at the 31-yard line. So quickly, that's a 1st down. Move the chains. Rowlett with a 1st down on the first 2 plays.
Johnson showed some quickness and explosiveness there. It looked for a minute like he may break that for a long gainer.
Ball on the right hash. Okola looks left, now looks right, fires, caught by Kirkling, who turns it up and gets another 1st down out to the 46-yard line. They gave him quite a cushion. He just caught it went forward for an extra 5, moved the chain. Second first down for the Eagles at the 46.
Split way out and did just a quick slant and wide open. Good throw by the quarterback.
Ball still on the right hash. 3 receivers left and 1 right. The lone back Johnson. Okola fakes the throw, and he's going to take off with it. Gets a block as he crosses midfield. Only down at the Wylie 48. That's a gain of 6 on first down. Rowlett getting a job done on first and second down.
Yeah, both of these teams have gone to an up-tempo game plan to kick off the first quarter.
Rowlett's first possession going left to right here in the first quarter. 5.5 minutes left. We're scoreless. Johnson, left guard. He's hit early and down quickly after a gain of 1 to the 47. Good squeeze tackle there by the right side of the line, led by defensive lineman Gage Phillips. He also got help from a linebacker. 3rd and 3 coming. Probably 4-down territory at the Wylie 47-yard line. Quickly the Eagles go. 4 receivers set. And Okola wanted to throw, although he takes off quickly, but the ball will be killed by a penalty. Let's see if it's procedure against Rowlett.
Offense number 24. Not just penalty. 3rd down.
Well, that is a big penalty. It's going to come back to the Rowlett 48. And instead of 3rd and 3, it's going to be 3rd and 8.
I'll tell you what, Jamin Lamb, the left tackle, was running a trap block, and he looked like he was about to clear open a nice hole.
3rd and 8. Again, maybe 4-down territory at the Rowlett 48. Toss right. No. Play action.
Ooh.
Deep over the middle with a pass. Kirkling was open, but he was overthrown. Had a step on the defender. It would have been 6, but Corey couldn't catch up with it. It'll be 4th down.
I think that was the impact of the wind, Scott. I think that ball took off on him.
Good point, is he's got that strong northerly wind at his back and maybe got a little too much air under that. Now, from their own 48, Rowlett's going to choose to punt here. At least they're going to line up to punt on 4th and 8. Not too surprising in your own territory and needing 8 instead of 1 or 2 on 4th down. And here is the punt by Martin. Pretty good one. Hits at 15. It'll be caught on the run at the 7 and down immediately. Good coverage there from Rowlett. Jay Nellis downfield.
Oh, a great play. Great special teams play by Nellis. Right there on the ball. And it was a good punt on top of that and trapped them deep in their territory.
45-yard punt as Wylie will come out for their second possession in a scoreless game. They moved it well on their first possession. Went from their own 25 to the 13 of Rowlett before they missed a 30-yard field goal. Held the ball for almost half of the first quarter. They'll start here from their own 8-yard line. Fay with a quick hitter over the middle for a short gain to the receiver, Seth Kramer. He was down immediately at the 13-yard line. So that will go for a gain of 5. 4 minutes as we're about to hit the 4-minute mark here in the first quarter. Wylie going right to left into a strong northerly wind. Fay fakes the handoff, out pass right, caught for a short gain, hit immediately.
Close to the first down, though.
Across the 20 to the 21 goes the active Seth Kramer, big tall.
And he got the first down.
Yes, he did. Make it a gain of 9 and move the chains for Wylie. Their 6th first down of the first quarter. They've had no trouble moving it, just came up empty on their last possession. Play action pass, dumped over the middle, caught. Big yardage to the 40, the 50, the 40. This is Kramer. He may go the distance, the 20, and he's finally run down all the way to the Rowlett 10, maybe the 9-yard line. A crossing route and good speed from Kramer. They couldn't catch him until he was close to the 10.
Well, and the defensive back had the angle on Kramer. Quarterback makes a great throw, and Kramer does the rest.
67 yards. They'll mark it at the Rowlett 12. Again, it is really dark in here. It's like we've got a bank of lights out maybe on our side. We just can't see it. give to Fuller on the fullback dive. He's hit at the 10. He backs his way to, they'll mark it at the 9 for a 3-yard gain. Stacked up early there by the Rowlett defensive line. Led by, once again, Ja'Cory Brown. Austin Taylor was there. It'll be 2nd and 7. Clock running, 2.5 minutes left first quarter. Scoreless, but Wylie is threatening today. Fay. Play action, Fuller over the middle. Ball tipped high in the air. It's a free ball. It'll fall incomplete in the end zone. He tried to hit Kramer on the cross. Somebody got a hand on it, and it was almost picked off.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Wylie's counting their blessings from that play that they did not get that ball picked off because it was way up in the air, and 2 defenders had a shot at it.
Is it just me, or does it seem overly dark here, Hank? It's almost like there's lights missing, maybe on our side where we can't see, but it is really dark out there.
Yeah, and there may be the issue of the clouds.
Yeah, but, I mean, the lights should take effect is my point.
Good point.
Fay goes forward out of the pocket, throws it in the end zone. It's knocked away. Tried to hit Kramer for the touchdown. A great defensive play. It looked like he got a hand on it. Emmanuel Evans in the end zone saved the 6 points for Rowlett.
Yeah, and it appeared that that Fay was almost over the line of scrimmage. He got really close.
Good point. Looks like another field goal attempt coming from the Wylie Pirates, as Braden Gilbert already missed from 30 on the last possession. This one will be a 26-yard attempt from the left hash, but a good angle for the left-footed kicker. Ball is up. Looks good. Is good. We've got our first timeout on the field. 2:09 left first quarter. Wylie takes the early lead, 3-0 over Rowlett. And, Hank, let's hear from our title sponsors tonight.
Yeah, well, let's give a hand for Raising Cane's, Certified Foundation, C3 Church, Trophy Nissan, Bellafor Spa and Salon, North Texas Appliance, Shelley Dietrich State Farm, Soneda's Mexican Kitchen, and their strength in numbers. Join the Rowlett Chamber of Commerce today. North Texas Appliance. Go see the friendly folks at North Texas Appliance in Rockwall. They're located at 1535 East I-30 on the South Service Road, about a mile from the football stadium. Go by or call 972-771-0393. North Texas Appliance, a longtime sponsor of high school athletics here on KXEZ.
92-yard scoring drive. Well, they didn't go the whole 92. They went 83 before the drive stalled. But 83 yards in 6 plays, capped off by the 26-yard field goal. And Wylie has the early 3-0 lead. Rowlett will come out for their second possession after the kickoff. They went from their own 26 to their own 48. And I think we did just lose some lights, Hank. Now it is twice as dark as it was earlier.
Right.
I think we had some lights out a moment ago, and I think we've got even more of a problem now. And we've also got some stormy-looking clouds off to our right, which is south. But I had a feeling it was darker here than it needed to be, and now it's definitely too dark to play as the officials have stopped play. Tell you what, let's hear from some of our sponsors back in the studio. Let's send it back to our engineer, Ethan Brooks, and we'll be back with more Rowlett football after this timeout.
Rowlett Chamber of Commerce, their strength in numbers. Join the Rowlett Chamber of Commerce today. Soneda's Mexican Kitchen. Soneda's Mexican Kitchen is the perfect place for some of the best Mexican cuisine in Rowlett. Come on in for Taco Tuesdays, where tacos are just 99 cents. Or any day for a happy hour from 4 to 7. Located at 6501 Dow Rock Road in Rowlett. Come check out Soneda's Mexican Chicken. Lakeview Car Wash. More of our sponsors, Lakeview Car Wash, Golden Rule Auto Care, and the Rowlett Eagle Football Booster Club. And TuneIn Radio. Don't forget, if you can't get us here at 92.1 KXEZ, you can hear the games on TuneIn Radio. Go to TuneIn Radio or the TuneIn Radio click on 92.1 KXEZ, and you can hear us anywhere in the world. So tell your out-of-town family and friends about TuneIn Radio.
And I want to mention also you can get us at KXEZ.com, and the key is we stream all the games. So if you can't get us on the dial, get us on the stream and TuneIn Radio and KXEZ.com. And we've got a delay here, folks. We've had the lights go out, and it's gotten so dark they can't continue play. So we're kind of waiting to see what might happen. Even though there appear to be storms in the area, we haven't had any lightning strikes or any thunder of any kind that appears. So I don't think this is weather related. I just think the lights are not working for some strange reason.
Yeah, it's a dark field, and Wylie may feel like they had some opportunities taken away from them when they had a couple of penetrations down here and came out with only a field goal. They may have felt like the end zone was so dark the receivers couldn't see the ball.
Let's send it back for some more commercial breaks, and we'll be back and give you an update here in a moment here on KXEZ.
And our Eagle sponsors, we'd like to thank Advantage Storage, Chick-fil-A, Choloso's Mexican Bistro, the First Baptist Church of Rowlett, Jason's Deli, Jersey Mike Subs, the Musgrove Agency, Richardson Methodist Medical Center, Rowlett Food, Sign Guy DFW, Super Shack Seafood Grill, Ultimate Driving School, and Whataburger. Thank you to our Eagle sponsors. And Texas A&M 92.1 FM KXEZ is your Metroplex home for Texas A&M football and men's basketball. The Aggies will play host to the Mississippi State Bulldogs down in College Station. Kickoff is at 6 p.m. Pregame is at 5 p.m. We will have our full coverage here on 92.1 FM KXEZ. Next game, we are the official home for Rowlett football all season long. Next week is a bye week for the Eagles, but they will be flying back in action on October 15th when they head over to Williams Stadium to take on North Garland. Next Friday, Caddo Mills football is back on our airwaves. The Foxes will go on the road to take on Sunnyvale in a district matchup. Kickoff will be at 7:30 p.m. with pregame starting at 7:15. Be sure to tune in to 92.1 FM KXEZ, your Metroplex leader for high school sports.
Okay, Hank, I just got an explanation from one of the officials here at the stadium. There was a bank of lights out. As I kept suspecting, it was darker than normal most of the first quarter. Yes, the south bank on our side was out. We just couldn't see it because it's behind us. And now, since then, as of 2 minutes, when we had this delay in the game, it's because the other set of lights over here on the west side just went out. So we're missing one half of the stadium as far as lights.
Wow.
And that's why it's so dark. So what are they trying to do? Well, they're resetting them. It takes about 15 minutes, supposedly. We'll get the north set back on. At best, we will probably play the rest of the night with 3 banks on and 1 off like we did most of the first quarter. So we're just waiting for them to reset. So we're not even going to have 100% lights probably the entire night, but we're going to have at least what we had for most of the first quarter until we lost half of them a few minutes ago. So it's going to take a few minutes. Let me mention that we have a halftime guest coming on who can probably explain more about the lights to us. He is the executive athletic director of the Garland Independent School District. We just happen to have him scheduled to come on at halftime, so we can get his opinion on what the problem is with the lights. His name is Dr. Ron Griffen. He'll be on with us at halftime on our Raising Cane's halftime show. So stay tuned for that. Hank will also go over the area and state polls, and we'll also take a look at the first half stats. I have stats as of right now with 2 minutes left in the first quarter, and Wylie leading 3-0. Wylie has 7 first downs, 140 total yards, 37 rushing, 103 yards through the air. They have no penalties and no turnovers. Now, Rowlett, on the other hand, has 2 first downs, just 33 yards, 19 rushing, and 14 passing. So really, Wylie's kind of dominated play offensively because they've held on to the ball so long, but only have 3 points to show for it because the first drive that they went on stalled deep in Rowlett territory, and they missed the 30-yard field goal. And then this last drive they just went on, they're doing really well between the 30s, and then they're stalling out deep in Rowlett territory. This last drive, they did get 3 points on a 26-yard field goal from Gilbert. So that's why the score is 3-0. Rowlett has struggled a little bit more, as the stats would suggest. 2 penalties, 10 yards against the Eagles, and no turnovers. So your thoughts on what's happened so far, Hank?
Well, my thoughts are that the Wylie offensive line has lined up and just taken it to the Rowlett defensive line in the first quarter. And we're early in the game, and we're not quite through the first quarter. We'll see if Rowlett makes some adjustments. It's also, in fairness, to bring up the point, it is quite a hindrance for the offensive team, particularly trying to throw the ball when you're at the dark end of the field. And unfortunately for Wylie, they were in the dark end of the field both times.
Yeah.
Did get a field goal out of it, and but they look like, to me, they have a significant size advantage with their offensive line over the defensive line of Rowlett.
Wylie has held the football for 7 minutes and 25 seconds, and we've played 9 minutes and 52 seconds. So that's part of it. Rowlett's been unable to get their defense off the field. Rowlett's lucky it's only a 3-0 game right now.
Oh, very lucky. It could easily be 14-0.
Let's send it back to the studio again. We're in a light delay. A bank of lights has gone out. They hopefully will be reset shortly, and we'll resume play here shortly. Let's go back to the studio again for a couple of more commercial breaks, and we'll be back with more in a moment here on 92.1 FM KXEZ. Scott Powell, Hank Clemens back at Homer V. Johnson Stadium. It looks like we're going to restart after a light delay, a lack of light delay, I might say. And I don't think it's any more lit out there than it was 10 minutes. Well, it's slightly better, but they're kind of almost playing in the dark here. As we get back to play, 1st and 10 Rowlett after the kickoff return. Okola, the quarterback, keeps it. Cuts it up around right end, but he only got 3 out to the 28-yard line. So Rowlett, on their third possession of the game, they drove it pretty well on their first possession to the 47 of Wylie before it stalled out. Actually, this is their second possession, not their third. Quick pass intended for Kirkling is wide and incomplete. Looked like the receiver and the quarterback may not have been on the same page, but it was not a good pass into a little bit of traffic, and it would go as an incompletion, 3rd and 7 coming.
Tell you what, Jalen Alexander made a break on that ball, and Rowlett was fortunate that wasn't picked off.
Ball center of the field, one back is Johnson. Okola coming our way to the right, throws it on the run, incomplete. Tried to thread the needle through double coverage. The pass was in the turf in front of Trey Long, the receiver.
That side of the field is so dark.
You
might want to stay with the running game down there.
Folks, that we just had about a 15, 20-minute delay because we didn't have enough light. I'm not sure we're any better off in the lighting right now. It is pretty dark out there.
I'll guarantee you it's no better.
Actually, as we look down to the right and the north or the south end,
that part's good.
It's very well lit. Rowlett's got the ball at the north end where the lights are maybe half efficient. Here's a low punt.
Kick. Oh,
and all the way back to the 20 to pick it up is Clayton Hall. And he has a short return across the court.
And he mishandled the ball and it forced him to retrieve several yards, and then the coverage caught up with him.
Punts of 45 and 42 yards, one of the few highlights so far. Jacob Martin's punting for Rowlett. Wylie for their third possession, 1:19 left first quarter. They lead at 3-0. And they'll start at their 23-yard line, going into a pretty strong breeze, 15, 25 miles an hour. They'll get the wind in the second quarter as the quarterback, Fay, keeps it around right end. He is escorted out of bounds about a yard down the field, so he'll get 1 to the 24.
Yeah, I tell you what, the defensive end on the left side took a bad angle, or he could have stopped the quarterback for, basically no gain.
3-0 Wylie as they've got the football with a 2nd and 9 here late first quarter, minute 12 left. Handoff and a sweep left. Blake Fuller fades one man, breaks a tackle, and finally is run out of bounds at the 32-yard line. That's an 8-yard gain, and it's going to be about a yard short of the first down. A very favorable 3rd and 1 coming for the Pirates.
And Fuller showed a lot of just really displaying his quick feet, getting around the corner and nearly picking up the first down.
Wylie in the well-lit end of the stadium. The other half is not as well-lit here at HBJ Stadium tonight. Give to Fuller on the dive. He is hit and driven down hard by a pair of Eagles. Leading the way, once again, Ja'Cory Brown, who's having a heck of a night in the middle of that defensive line, and he is a load.
Ja'Cory Brown, and then Betts was in on the tackle, too. And, I mean, that was a smackdown tackle.
And a no gain, so Wylie is going to line up in punt formation here on 4th and 1 at their 32. Nice defensive stand on 3rd and 1 by Rowlett. It looks like they're going to turn the ball over. Waiting in deep formation for the punt is Joseph Brox. I believe the first punt of the night for the Pirates. It's a high snap, but they go up and get it. This is Hudson Bueller, the punter. It's high, short, gets a pretty good roll. Still rolling inside the 35 of Rowlett, still going, and they're going to stop it at the 31. Not the prettiest of punts, but it got a pretty good roll.
No, and he's a rugby-style punter, which you don't see a lot of that, but especially at the high school level.
37 yards and mostly roll with 1 second, 1 tick on the clock left here in the first quarter. The lights appear to be...
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 10 of the receiving team. 15 yards to the end of the run. First down. That's number 10's first. Unsportsmanlike.
It said the receiving team, which would be Rowlett, and yet they marked it off against Wylie. So maybe a heck of a break for Rowlett because they said it was against the receiving team, which is Rowlett, but now they just realized their mistake because the Wylie coaching staff was yelling on the other side. So now they're going to get it right. And unfortunately, it's going to be 15 against the Eagles, and they're going to start even deeper in their own territory.
And we're in the booth next to them and yelling they were.
Yeah. Let's see where they finally put this down. And back in the dark end of the stadium, Rowlett will scrimmage one more time today. Again, we'll talk to the Executive Athletic Director of the GISD, a 15-minute interview coming with Dr. Ron Griffen, and I'll lead off the interview with what's going on tonight. First and 10, play action take, Okola, deep drop, throws it deep over the middle, wide open. That's a 40. He has one man to beat. He will beat him. Corey Kirkling, touchdown, Rowlett.
A great call by the Rowlett coaching staff and a great play by the receiver and the quarterback. I mean, he basically just flew by everybody. I don't know where the safety was on that play, but he was nowhere to be found.
He may have fit on the play action take. You know, you're deep in your own territory on first down. I love the play action call. I think everybody froze and Kirkland just raced by him right down the middle of the field.
Oh yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Scott. And then but I think everybody froze because no one thought they'd throw the deep ball in the dark side of the field.
The Jacob Martin PAT is GOOD. We've got a timeout on the field. No time left here in the first quarter. So on the final play of the quarter, Rowlett takes a 7-3 lead over Wylie here on 92.1 FM, KXEZ.
Billboard title sponsors: Raising Cane's, Certified Foundation, C3 Church, Trophy Nissan, Bellaflor Spa and Salon, North Texas Appliance, Shelley Dietrich State Farm, Soneda's Mexican Kitchen, and their strength in numbers. Join the Rowlett Chamber of Commerce today. North Texas Appliance, go see the friendly folks at North Texas Appliance in Rockwall. They're located at 1535 East I-30 on the South Service Road, about a mile from the football stadium. Go by or call 972-771-0393. North Texas Appliance, a longtime sponsor of high school athletics here on KXEZ.
Short kickoff by Rowlett is a fair catch by Wylie at their own 32. That's where the Pirates will scrimmage. 7-3 Rowlett after the 84-yard touchdown pass on the last play from Okola to Kirkling.
Well, they changed up a little bit, running to the left side. Picked up a gain of 5. Good run on first down.
Second down and 6 at the 35. Now going left to right with the wind here in the second quarter, the Wylie Pirates. Snap to Fay, play action, drops it over the middle, caught, and as Hank said, down immediately goes Seth Kramer, and a nice hit from Rowlett safety man, Emmanuel Evans.
Evans came up and did really played that well.
Gain of 9, move the chains for the Eagles. Ball on the left hash, or the Pirates as they go left to right. 2 receivers each way. Lone back is Fuller to the back and left of Fay in shotgun. Isaac Fay, pump fake. Going to go deep to an open receiver. Caught at the 30. This will be 6 points. Seth Kramer, touchdown, Wylie. The pump fake may have done it.
Yeah, I think so. Great throw, and the receiver really has some good speed there. Got wide open.
Seth Kramer is having a heck of a night. Almost every completion has gone to Seth Kramer for Wylie tonight. And in a moment, I'll tell you when we come back from commercial, I'll give you an update on what he's done. But he's had quite a night, and we're mostly just played one quarter here. Here comes the PAT. From Gilbert, the left-footed kicker, line drives it through and good. Timeout on the field. 10:55 left in our second quarter. Our new score, it's Wylie 10, Rowlett 7, here on 92.1 FM, KXEZ.
Don't forget TuneIn Radio. Don't forget, if you can't get us here at 92.1 KXEZ, you can hear the games on TuneIn Radio. Go to TuneIn Radio or the TuneIn Radio. Click on 92.1 KXEZ, and you can hear us anywhere in the world. So tell your out-of-town family and friends about TuneIn Radio.
And after the quick 3-play, 68-yard drive, the 56-yard touchdown pass to Kramer, Wylie kicks off. It's a short kick. Fumbled at the 25. This is a live ball. Who's going to get it? And it looks like Rowlett was able to fall on it, avoiding disaster at their own 30. 10:50 left in our first half. The Eagles, for the first time, will go right to left into this strong north wind.
Well, and that offense came to life last possession with the long 84-yard touchdown pass.
Okola and company are out. He's got 3 receivers to the short side of the field. That's the left as the ball is on the left hash. No receivers to the right. Johnson to his right in the backfield. Going to hand it Johnson coming left. Cuts it up. Pretty good gainer across the 35 out to the 39-yard line. Good shifty run there by Johnson as he showed good quickness.
Yeah, Johnson showed really good quickness. Turned the corner and picked up, 8 yards?
And also played off of his blocks very well.
Yes.
Cutting in and out of blocks. 2nd and 1, he got 9 on the first play. Same set, same place on the field. Quick out pass. It's caught by Gradinaru. Fights for yardage, fights for the first down, plus more to the 44. He got 5 basically out of nothing.
Yeah, sure.
So move the chains. Ball still on the left hash for a fresh 1st and 10 at the 44. 10:13 clock running here in the second quarter. Lead has already changed hands twice tonight. Wylie with the current lead at 10-7. Okola in shotgun. Drops back a couple of steps. He's under pressure. Got to roll it left. Fires across his body. Complete a good pass that was knocked away at the last second. It might have been interference on Corey Kirkling, but no call. A good defensive play. We'll call it for now by Sean Carter.
You know, I think that's a play that Kirkling makes on a legitimately lit field. And it was a great play by Colo to dodge the oncoming rushers.
And throw it across his body, and he almost connected.
Yeah, it was a great effort.
2nd and 10 again. The ball's been on the left hash the entire possession. Colo quarterback draw, but he's hit and dropped for a big loss. As they had the blitz on, and Wylie was not fooled by the draw. A nice open field tackle in the backfield by Tristan Stewart, one of the defensive backs. And a loss of 3 for the Eagles. So now a 3rd and long, 3rd and 13 in their own territory. This will be a tough conversion.
Tristan was like he was shot out of a cannon. He got in the backfield too quickly.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Still on the left hash. Play action fake. Ocola's got time deep in the pocket. Now he rolls the pocket right. Going to go deep down the far side. Up in the air. It's caught. Or was it? Oh, looked like it was in the hands of Gradinaru, and he may have just dropped it at the 20. I didn't see any strippage down there. Well, nice throw by Ocola. It just was not rewarded.
And there's a little bit of light down there.
Yeah, that's a good point. He did throw into the darker end of the field, and maybe he just couldn't see it. I'll tell you what, if the players can't see, they need to tell the coaches, and the coaches need to tell the referees. Why are we playing a game if it's not lit enough to play?
Right. Yeah. You don't want to have a game on your end of the year that decides who goes to the playoffs, and you have to have an asterisk by it. Well, there we go.
Keeps it out of punt formation. He's going for it, and he's going to be 10 yards short. It was a bad snap. I'm wondering if that was a called fake or not. But
it wasn't. I don't think it was a called fake at all. I think
he had time to get the punt off, is my point.
Yeah, well, he panicked and he ran.
Yeah.
And he just didn't get very far.
That's a good point. He might have panicked thinking he had less time than he did. And he came up 10 yards short. So Wylie on the turnover on downs will start at the Rowlett 45.
But the snap was bad, no doubt about it.
Yeah, it really wasn't Martin's fault initially on the snap. Here go the Pirates. Ball center of the field. Going to hand it Fuller. Sweep left. Looking for a block. Got one. He faces up to the 30, the 20. Cuts it out to the 10. Will he score? Yes, he will. Blake Fuller. Touchdown, Wylie. 45 yards. Pure speed once he got to the sideline.
Pure speed and just a great block from the left side of the Wylie offensive line.
Once he got it to the side and faced it up, then he got some pretty good blocking, but he also showed a lot of speed and just kind of outran any angles Rowlett had on him in the secondary. Here's Gilbert for the PAT. The kick is up, and it's good. Timeout on the field, 8:52 left in our first half. And our new score is Wylie 17, Rowlett 7 on 92.1 FM KXEZ. Wylie with a kickoff. It's a short one. It's caught about the 20-yard line by the Rowlett Eagles. That's where they'll scrimmage. 8:51 left first half, and after Rowlett jumped out to a 7-3 lead, Wylie has scored the last 14 points to lead 17-7. So the Eagles need a little offense here. Let's look at I'll kind of work in some stats here on how they've done so far offensively.
Well, Rowlett had the big offensive play in the passing game.
4 first downs, 135 yards, 32 rushing on 8 carries, and 103 through the air for the Eagles. There's a handoff on the first play up the middle. Pretty good hole goes Kingston Johnson out to the 33. He almost got 10. He's about 2 yards short, but nice quick hitter by Johnson through a pretty good hole.
Yeah, Lamb and Menjivar over there on the right side opened a pretty nice hole there. I think he ran for 7 yards.
Quick out pass, but the whistle blows, and they're going to kill this play. This could be procedure against the Eagles. We'll see what the referee, Scott Davis, has to say, and you'll hear his voice here in a moment as we are well mic'd on the officials tonight. And here comes Mr. Davis. Probably going to be 5 yards against the Eagles.
Offside.
No, 5
Defense
yards.
number 55. Up to the neutral zone. Result, first down.
Rowlett gets the first down by penalty on the offside. I don't know why they don't just say offside. The officials have gotten very descriptive since you can hear them now, and I think they know that. They talk much more than they really need to. Why not just say offside? That's what it was 40 years ago. You know.
Well, and it became encroachment about the last 10 years.
It's still offside.
Right.
Just call it what it is. Offside worked for years.
False start. Offense number 24. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
By the way, so did the legal procedure, as he says, false start.
Right.
Yeah, why do we have to change all the wordings? It's all the same thing. So we go back now to the 33.
And another one, they used to call it clipping. Now it's blocking the back.
Yeah. First and 15 as they exchange 5-yard penalties. Okola will hand it. Johnson wants to bounce it out right, and he does, but waiting there to push him out of bounds was the cornerback on that side, Sean Carter. That play just had no chance from the get-go to the short side of the field.
Yeah, it looked like the left end from Wylie was crashing down pretty fast. Quarterback just had to get rid of it.
It's really hard to run wide to the short side of the field.
Yep.
Wylie just scored on a play on a sweep to the far side of the field and had plenty of room to execute it. Here comes the rush. Okola steps up, trying to get away from it, still stepping around defenders.
Nice way to elude him.
He finally goes down, and he gets 4 yards out of an absolute nothing situation where he could have been sacked for a loss.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to make it a more favorable 3rd down and 8 here from the 39 for Rowlett. 7:20 clock ticking here in the second quarter. Eagles need to make something happen down 17-7. As Wylie is on a 14-point run. Going to send 2 receivers each way, ball right hash from the 39. Johnson has gone the whole way at tailback. Not going to get it here, though. Okola's going to go deep, far side on the fly. Kirkling was open, but the ball was way short and out of bounds. It's like they might not have been on the same page on the pattern. Or just a bad pass all the way around. And Rowlett's going to have to punt.
And remember, with that ball could very well have been held up by the wind.
Good point.
Because he's thrown into a strong wind.
Unusual wind out of the north. You know, we don't have a cold front coming through, which would be your first thought, but it's just a kind of a rainy night. Not here. We have not seen a drop, but I think there's rain in the area, which is making it a little bit cooler with the wind. Martin, low, short kick, but he's going to get a good roll, and this is going to look a lot better on the field than it does on paper. That was not a pretty punt, but he got pretty good length out of it, and it's going to be down at the 27 of Wylie, and that's a 34-yard punt. That was worth about 10 yards. 6:39 second quarter. Wylie will start from its 26, leading 17-7. Down here at the darkish end of the field, we've only got 3 light poles working tonight. We had about a 20-minute delay when we only had 2 light poles working, so we're lucky to have this much light. Blake Fuller takes the first handoff and gets to the 29. Make it 3. 2nd and 7 coming. Wylie looking to the sideline for the play. A couple of big plays. They've got 263 yards, 168 through the air and 95 on the ground. No penalties and no turnovers, so Wylie not beating themselves tonight. Handoff on the fullback dive, hit early and just dragging a defender is Blake Fuller. Good tough run there because he had Ja'Cory Brown, that same kid who's been in almost every tackle, hanging on his back for an extra 3 to the 33, and it's going to be 3rd and short, 3rd and 4 for Wylie. And they are ready to go with 2 receivers each way, ball center of the field. Say, waiting for the snap, and I think we're making a delay a game or a timeout.
Timeout.
Yeah.
Well, First charge timeout of the half.
Interesting, the defense takes the timeout with the play clock going down.
Eagle sponsors Advantage Storage, Chick-fil-A, Chaloso's Mexican Bistro, First Baptist Church of Rowlett, Jason's Deli, Jersey Mike's Subs, the Musgrove Agency, Richardson Methodist Medical Center, Rowlett Food, the Sign Guy DFW, Super Shack Seafood Grill, Ultimate Driving School, and Whataburger.
Isaac Say, the Wylie quarterback, is off to a good start. 8 of 11 for 168 yards and a touchdown. And that receiver who's caught most of his passes, Seth Kramer, 6 catches for 154 yards. That's 25 a catch and 1 touchdown. That's the connection that's pretty much beating Rowlett tonight.
Yeah. They seem to have being very good sync with each other right now.
Don't forget, Garland, Executive Athletic Director Dr. Ron Griffen, will be our halftime guest on the Raising Cane's halftime show. Stay tuned for that, as we'll talk to Dr. Griffen for a good 15 minutes. And then Hank will have the area and state polls, and then we'll bring you the second half. We'll also have those first half stats for you. Tate drops a swing screen to wide open Fuller, 50, the 40, in Rowlett territory, looking for more all the way to the 20 before he is finally corralled. What a beautiful swing screen to the outside and a lot of green pasture.
And they brought motion across the field and over to the strong side and then threw back to the weak side. And, man, it was nothing but green pasture.
What a third down conversion, 3rd and 4, and they get 48 yards. 1st and 10 at the Rowlett 19.
Great call by the Wylie coach.
Drops it over the middle, caught again by Kramer. He has had almost every catch. He was downed immediately, but a pretty good gain on 1st down before Emmanuel Evans made another tackle in that Wylie secondary. Give him 9 on 1st down to the 10.
Yeah, and let me say what a great call and play and execution that was the play before where we did they brought motion to the strong side, threw back to the weak side. I mean, it was just go to the races after that.
Yeah, there was nobody home to that weak side, was there? No, the defenders finally caught him, but way downfield 40 yards later. Fay, with 2 receivers each way, wants to throw from the 10. He's in trouble. Takes off up the middle to the 5. Will he score? No, he's down at the 1, though. Moves the chains. It'll be 1st and goal after the 9-yard run by the quarterback.
Excellent run. He's showing both his quickness and toughness. Didn't mind taking the licks up the middle of the field.
Here they go on 1st and goal. Fuller on the fullback dive. He is stood up. May have lost a yard. They finally blow the whistle. Did he score? No, they're going to rule him down at the 1. He just kept pushing the pile and looked like he eventually scored, but they killed it with the whistle. 2nd and goal at the 1. Wylie trying to expand on their 17-7 lead here late 2nd quarter. Rowlett just trying to hang in there. Both teams 1 and 4 on the year. They've struggled at times. Both teams 1 and 1 in the district. So this is a big one tonight. Fuller again. He's going to go. No, fake into the line and a keeper. Fay takes Mia and the Eagles as he scored easy.
Great play. Tremendous fake by Fay. Tucked it under after the play action and then just ran right off right tackle.
Did you know he had kept it? Because I thought he had given it off. Did you?
Yeah, I had a better angle to see him than you did.
What, 2 good eyes?
Yeah.
Gilbert for the PAT. Out of the Stewart hold and the kick. 3:18 left in our first half. Our new score. Wylie 24, Rowlett 7. Come back with us here on 92.1 FM KXEZ.
This is the Possum, 92.1 KXEZ, Farmersville, Dallas, and KXEZ.com.
Texas A&M, 92.1 FM KXEZ is your Metroplex home for Texas A&M football and men's basketball. The Aggies will play host to the Mississippi State Bulldogs down at College Station. Kickoff is at 6 p.m., pregame at 5. We will have our full coverage here on 92.1 FM KXEZ.
Short Wylie kickoff is covered by the Eagles. They'll start from their own 31-yard line. Been all Wylie tonight. Rowlett did lead 7-3, but Wylie has scored the last 21 points. We've had a 20-minute delay because of the light standard being out. We still, actually, it looks like we're almost back to 100%, Hank. Maybe 75 to 100, 75 to 90% down here on the north end.
And then there was light.
And then God said, let there be light, right, Hank?
Yeah. If he's not going to give it for Texas high school football, then why have it? Why have it?
Why have light? That's a good point. Here's a quarterback keeper by James Okola, and he gets a gain out to the 36. That's a quick 5 on first down. Rowlett's got 3 minutes exactly and counting, and 3. They'll make it 2 timeouts remaining here in the first half. Wylie's got all 3 of theirs if they get a chance to use them here. Yeah, if you hold them here, Wylie might just take one. Okola and shotgun hands it to Johnson, coming left. Tried to get a block. The block was there initially by Trey Long, but he lost it, and Long's man made the tackle. And that was a new running back in there. That is Devontae Crow for Rowlett, his first carry of the night. And it went for, a couple, making 1 to the 37.
Yeah, it looked like it had, like he may have some daylight there, but the right corner really shut that down in a hurry.
3rd and 3. Well, he did a great job of playing off the block, didn't he? Yeah. 3rd and 3, Okola wants to throw. Over the middle, tipped incomplete. It was actually tipped by the receiver, Corey Kirkley, who had it go off his hand. The pass was high, but looked fairly catchable. Rowlett's probably going to have to punt this away.
Yeah, and then Rowlett was fortunate that it wasn't picked off.
Yeah, that's true. So Wylie will get another chance here. They're going to have 2 minutes and all 3 of their timeouts if they get the ball on the change of possession here. Jacob Martin, they're expecting a pretty good punt from him. The return man is all the way back to the Wylie 30, and that is Kenyon Hall. Here comes the punt. It's a poor one off the side of the foot toward the near sideline. He gets a short roll. It'll go out of bounds at the 39. That was not one of Martin's better efforts, just 24 yards. But he is punting into the wind, and the first couple tonight were with the wind, and he looked a lot better.
It's amazing what that wind will do for your average.
So Wylie will start at the 39, 1:57, all 3 timeouts, and already leading Rowlett 24-7. The Pirates are ready to go with Faye, the quarterback, at shotgun. Luke Fuller, the workhorse at running back, 2 receivers left and 1 right. Faye claps the hands. Here's the snap. Got to ride Fuller on a sweep left-handed, and he is stacked up and dropped after just a 1-yard gain. He could not get to the corner that time, and running him down was a pair of Eagles. Uba Anium and Isaiah Armstrong made the play. 2nd and 9 from the 40. Clock running. They haven't used a timeout yet. 1:30 and counting. They try and go quickly, but they're not going all that quickly, losing a lot of time here.
Kind of a mystery why they didn't call a timeout there. 2
receivers each way from the left hash. Play action pass over the middle. Short pass caught by the tight end, Hatzenbuehler. He's going to be stacked up at the 50, but that was just enough for the first down. So move the chains, and that'll kill the clock momentarily.
Yeah, I got the first down on the just an old school tight end looking pattern.
Timeout, Wylie.
There's your first Wylie timeout. Let's keep it right here. And why don't we talk about what we have coming up in the way of high school sports here on KXEZ?
You bet. Next game, we are the official home for Rowlett football all season long. Next week is a bye week for the Eagles, but they will be flying back in action on October 15th when they head over to Williams Stadium to take on North Garland. Next Friday, Caddo Mills football is back on our airwaves. The Foxes will go on the road to take on Sunnyvale in a district matchup. Kickoff will be at 7:30 p.m. with pregame starting at 7:15 p.m. Be sure to tune in to 92.1 FM. Your Metroplex leader for high school sports.
So we've got plenty of football coming your way as we're just about halfway through the season. This is week 5 tonight. Rowlett off next week. I believe the whole district is off in the same week. First and 10 Wylie back to play. They're down to 2 timeouts and 1:07 on the clock here in the second quarter. Leading 24-7 and driving at midfield. Fay. Swing screen to Fuller, caught it at the 45, and Bulls forward to about the 42. That's going to be about a yard short of the first down. He stayed in bounds also as we're at 52 and counting.
Yeah, and you wonder why he didn't make an effort to get out of bounds.
Because it was right there. All you do is step out.
Yeah.
2 receivers each way on 2nd and 2. Fuller up the middle's got the first down across the 40 to the 39. That'll stop it momentarily. Who else would be on the tackle but Ja'Cory Brown, along with his teammate Donovan Moore? I think Brown's been in on every tackle tonight.
Tell you what, he's playing a good football game. He's making a lot of tackles. He has gotten knocked off the ball a few times.
Boy, Wylie's letting this clock get away from him. We're at 27 and counting. They got 2 timeouts. They won't stop it. Look like they got away with a hold on a pass here to the far side. Intercepted. It's picked off by the Eagles. Up the sideline and finally knocked out at midfield. Donovan Moore with the pick.
Yeah, great. Just laid back and made a break on the ball, and I thought he might take it a lot further than he did down the sideline.
Yeah, somebody came across and just cut his feet out from under him. I thought it was going to go a lot further than it did, too. But I'll tell you, the big mystery is where was Fay trying to throw that ball? There was no receiver in sight, and Brown had just an easy pick over there on the first sideline.
Yeah, exactly. Had a nice break on the ball.
Unfortunately, the Eagles only have 15 seconds, but they do have 2 timeouts. They might get a couple of plays in here. Quick out pass is caught, but most of the defense is way downfield to avoid a touchdown. And they do a good job of covering the short pass because down quickly after the 6-yard gain is Kirkling. And Rowlett's going to take
timeout.
Those 2 timeouts right here.
Yeah. Second charge, timeout.
You have to wonder why they called that particular play. If they were going to call timeout, why they didn't throw the ball downfield.
Because the Wylie's kind of giving them some yardage. I mean, they're playing way downfield with their secondary.
But
good point.
Yeah, I mean, they've already proven they can hit the big play in the passing game.
Again, Dr. Ron Griffen, the Executive Athletic Director of the Garland ISD, will be our Raising Cane's halftime guest. So stay tuned. We'll talk to him for about 15 minutes, and we'll start out with what was wrong with the lights tonight.
God only knows. Have you ever seen a situation like that before?
Not much, but I'll tell you, it looks like it is. All 4 poles are working now. I think we've got full lights right now, right?
Yep, I think we're lit up.
Here's a long pass. Hail Mary down the far sideline, way out of bounds, incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. Hank, any thoughts on what Rowlett might need to do in the second half to get back in this game, down 24-7?
Well, they better find a way to slow down the running game of the Pirates.
Which is probably going to be even more of a running game with a 24-7 lead, right?
Correct. And, the quarterback over there is Okola. Fay. The quarterback on the other side has done a really good job of knowing when to tuck it and run, when to throw it. He had the one turnover at the end.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Listen to this, though.
Number 70 and number 30. Those fouls offset. The half's over.
Okay, just offsetting unsportsman, so no harm, no foul.
Right.
Anything else?
Yeah, well, and then I think Rowlett's got to figure out a way to sort of rev up that passing game. I mean, they've showed they can hit the big play. Let's come back with some more of that.
Well, those are Hank Clemens' thoughts. We've given you our thoughts on this first half. 24-7, though. Rowlett's got their work cut out for them in the second half, trailing Wylie. Let's go to a timeout. When we come back, we'll have our Raising Cane's halftime guest, Dr. Ron Griffen, the Executive Athletic Director of the Garland ISD. And we'll have that in a moment here on 92.1 FM KXEZ. And we're back at halftime. Rowlett trailing 24-7 to Wylie. Struggling first half for the Eagles, but we got the second half to come. But right now on our halftime show, our Raising Cane's halftime show, Dr. Ron Griffen, the Executive Athletic Director of the Garland Independent School District. And what an interesting night to have you on, Ron. What exactly – thanks for being here, by the way.
Well, thank you, Scott, for having me.
What exactly happened with the lights, as far as you know?
Well, it was a breaker situation, and we got a breaker tripped or something along those lines. And when they, if you got large lights like this, it takes a little while for them to warm back up to turn on. So that's what we were dealing with. The good thing is, fortunate thing, we have lights on and the game is proceeding, and so all is well.
Hey, it's like nothing ever happened. The lights are beautiful now. God said, let there be light, and we got light. I understand you came from Williams Stadium in the first half, where Garland is leading Lakeview Centennial 27-7. Boy, what a rebound for Garland. They had a few struggling years there, and they look like the Garland of old. And what are your thoughts on watching some of that game?
Well, they've got some exceptional players in skill position, and I was actually over there because the coach from SMU was there watching the two commits from Garland, Jordan Hudson and Chance Biddle. And those guys are exceptional. Their quarterback is exceptional. They're an experienced team as well. Those guys are all seniors. They've been playing together for the last 3 years. They took some lumps early on, but what you would expect to happen is now happening. They played together. They've experienced the ups and downs, and they're very successful right now, playing well.
As is our custom with our halftime guest, I want you to take a minute. This is your first year as the athletic director here, so I want you to take a minute to kind of take us through your upbringing, where you grew up, and also about your work. You've been a principal in a few different places, so just kind of let those folks know who don't know you what your background is in administration.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate that opportunity to share a little bit about my background. I'm originally from the Dallas area, born and raised on the south side of town, and I went to school at a little small private school called Tyler Street Christian Academy. It's over in Oak Cliff. And at that time, we didn't have social media and all the different marketing means that we have right now for players to be spotlighted and recognized. No Twitter, no Instagram, no internet, none of those things.
So you were a great basketball talent that went kind of unnoticed. Is that what you're saying?
That's what you could say, Scott. You could put it that way. We ought to have this, more people would have known about me. But I was fortunate enough, as he's alluding to get a scholarship to play ball for the Mean Green Eagles at the University of North Texas. And so I went there, and I played there for Coach Jimmy Gales, a great coaching man, and I appreciate him for giving me the opportunity to come there and play ball, establish a lot of lifelong relationships that I still have today. And from there, I went on and moved into what I'm doing now, which is an education. Became an educator.
What was your degree?
My degree actually was in finance.
Really?
Yeah, it was actually in business finance, but I finished up my degree early. I finished it up a semester early, which allowed me to, I really got into education, to be frank, as kind of a backup. In corporate, you never know when you might get laid off, or there might be cutbacks or things of that nature. So I really got in education as a fallback in case I ever was in one of those situations, and actually ended up loving it. Loved working with the kids, loved the environment. It was kind of more my speed and what I like to do and what I was passionate about. And I ended up being an educator and have been one for almost 30 years now.
What have been some of your stops? I know you were at Berkner as a principal, correct? And what are some other places?
Yeah, I started off teaching and coaching in Dallas at Pinkston High School and W.T. White High School. Coached football, basketball, even coached volleyball for a couple of years, believe it or not.
Oh, I never knew you went into coaching.
Yeah. I was coach for 7 years at the high school level at those two high schools. And after that, I went into administration in Richardson. I was an assistant principal at a couple of the middle schools there. Then became principal at one of the middle schools, a couple of middle schools, actually, Richardson Junior High, and then I was a principal at Westwood Junior High as well before becoming the principal at Berkner High School, where I spent the majority of my time as a principal, almost 10 years there as the principal of Berkner High School. So I enjoyed that, was principal there for many years before coming to Garland. And then Garland, I moved into a position where I was a principal supervisor. My title was actually area director. And so I worked with elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, all levels during my 6 years in that particular role. which brings us to today, this is my first year in the athletic director role. You hear my background. How would a principal and former principal supervisor end up on the athletics side?
That was my question.
Well, it has to do to some visionary thoughts from my leaders, my boss, Dr. Russell and Dr. Lopez. They look at leadership not necessarily as your background per se, but are you capable of leading? Do you have the experiences, the things that you do to need to lead people and organizations? And so I have an athletic background with college on a scholarship, love that, see what athletics can do for student athletes, and strongly believe in it. And so kind of end up getting into this position. I've enjoyed every minute of it. It's kind of brought me back to my roots because education certainly and athletics certainly paved the way for me in my life. And I'm happy to be on this side of it, helping coaches and student athletes get to where they want to go using athletics as a vehicle.
I can remember watching you play basketball at Tyler Street. This guy averaged, folks, at probably 20-plus points a game, maybe closer to 30 points a game. I know you really dominated that level at Tyler Street.
Yeah.
I also remember you had a little more hair than you do now. How old are you now, Ron?
I'm just a little year over 50, so I'm.
You're in your, my goodness.
I'm 51 right now.
I would have guessed 40s, maybe. I didn't realize you're in your 50s. Wow. Time flies.
It does. But I'm glad you still think I'm looking good for 50.
You are. Tell us about your family. Do you have a family?
Yeah, I've got a family. I've been married for a little over 20 years. Got two boys, a 15-year-old, a 17-year-old. My 17-year-old is getting ready to go to college. I'm proud of him. He's following Dad in his basketball pursuits. He's a little bit.
Is he good?
Yeah, he's right now. He's number 63 in the nation.
Good.
On 247 and number 72 on ESPN with top 100. So yeah, he's really good. Better than Dad was at his age, and we're actually in the process of identifying what college he's going to go to after he finishes up high school, which has been a very serious process, one that I know I'm trying to teach him that he's going to make the decision, of course, but I want him to really make sure that he's looking at it analytically and how he can really benefit from wherever he decides that he wants to go.
Talk about the legends that you're having to follow in the footsteps of here. Homer B. Johnson passed away not too long ago, and Cliff Odenwald just retired. So you're following a couple of legends here.
Yeah, those guys, obviously, those names really speak for themselves, especially here. We're here in the stadium named after Homer. And, he was obviously a great man, well-respected in the community. And Cliff, worked with Homer for many, many years. And obviously he had some of the same attributes and skills that Homer had. And he was very successful in the position for a long time. And when I really look at those two men and what they were able to contribute to Garland ISD athletics, I see one thing that really stands a common thread, and they both were great at relationships, establishing relationships with people within the district, those that come in and support the district, your external stakeholders, just really good at developing relationships, because those are really key in this line of work, because relationships are what's going to allow you to help the student athletes, the coaches, your program, etc. You need help, and those relationships are important if you're going to be successful.
Well, let's delve into athletics here, starting with football. How do you see this race, this district race? This is the third week of district play. Garland and Saxe, we've already talked about Garland's resurgence. Saxe has been good for a long time. Looks like a wild scramble for the third and fourth playoff spots.
Yeah, it's those two have kind of separated themselves. We mentioned the talent that Garland High has. I was really impressed with Saxe's preseason schedule. They played a tough preseason schedule, which I think really got them ready for district play. And coming into their game tomorrow, they're going to be they're undefeated. So both of those teams have really separated themselves right now. But we've got Maynard Forest is a solid team, North's a solid team. And then, Lakeview, they're having a little trouble tonight, but they've got some good young talent there too. So you have to be on the lookout for them. And then, of course, Rowlett, they've got a new coach, and he's putting his system together, kind of building that program back up. So, you never know. That's why you play games on Thursday and Friday night. Anybody can win on any given night. That's where we are right now, but any of these teams could come out and playoff hunt. I
know you're new here. Did you have the opportunity to hire Derek Alford?
Actually, I did.
What are your thoughts on him?
He's coming from Allen. He's got
a resume. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, obviously the success coming from Allen ISD. He was previously got some connections here in Garland. So it's kind of coming back home, so to speak, for Coach Alford. But a very great man. He's very dedicated, wants to do well. He takes ownership in what he's doing. It's not anybody. He's the head coach, and he owns that, and he knows that if the program's going to get turned around, he's going to have to really spearhead that. So very proud of what he's been able to do. And, anytime you come in a new coach position, it's going to take some time. So he's working hard, and I think it's going to be successful soon.
This is Dr. Ron Griffen, the Executive Athletic Director of the Garland ISD. Gosh, I can think back when you were 15 years old. I was watching you play. I never thought you'd become Dr. Ron Griffen and be the Garland Athletic Director. This is just wonderful. I'm happy for you. Let's get into COVID a little bit. Every conversation I have has to get to COVID at some point. You've already had a little problem. Lakeview's had a little bit of a COVID problem, had to forfeit their game with North Garland. Mm-hmm. Has that been an isolated incident? What are they going through right now? And talk about y'all's policy with COVID. I mean, you're just calling them forfeits if you can't play the game. And how does that compare to maybe what they did last year?
Well, last year, there was the difference between this year and last year is that there was no preseason football. So you could start the season a little bit earlier, so you had some weeks within the schedule where you could make up games possibly. Even with that, all the games last year didn't get made up. There were some teams that weren't able to make up the games. So this year with us having a full season, preseason, and district play, there was just no room for make-up games. So and the UIL requires you to have 5 days between games if you're in the for football. So there was just no opportunity to do that for. So if you unfortunately, if you have a situation that causes you to be unable to play as a team, it counts as a forfeit. But you're still eligible. I mean, it's based on points. If it gets down to tiebreakers and things like that, it's all written into the district DEC plans or whatever as it relates to football. So everything's covered as far as that's concerned, but it does count as a forfeit.
Has the Lakeview situation been kind of an isolated situation? Have you had much problem so far this year? And what is the district policy on masking and things like that?
Well, first, we've been very, very fortunate. That is the only situation in district play. We had a situation where Naaman had to miss a few games preseason, but they've been healthy and fine during district play and able to play all their games in district up until this point. So we actually have been very fortunate, very blessed as far as that's concerned. Our district does have a mask policy that students are required to wear masks, teachers, everyone inside buildings when you're on site. So that is a requirement of our district. So that is something that you'll find if you go to any school in our district or office building or what have you. So
let's change subject. Athletic facilities. Are you happy with your facilities, and what are some improvements you might want to see in the near future?
I think you can always look at opportunities, Scott, to try to improve what you're doing and your facilities. I'm actually big on facilities. I believe if you've got top-notch facilities, that gives your student athletes and coaches a lot to be prideful about, and then they take ownership, and it just really makes everyone feel good where you can go out there and you're going to play well, coach well. If you got good facilities and the district values what you're doing by making sure you have good equipment, good facilities to work with. So having said that, there are some things that I definitely would like to see us improve in the hopefully near future. And mainly it's going to be the stadiums are pretty good. There's some things we need to improve there, but our biggest area that we've identified that we need to address are at the campus levels as it relates to the campus facilities at the high schools, the locker rooms, the gyms, the fields, things of that nature, coaching offices. Those are the areas that we really want to address and update. We've got a lot of schools that have been in existence for many, many years. And so it's just time for an upgrade in some of those areas.
One other topic, realignment, that'll be coming up again after this year. What are some of the things you have to do now to get ready for that? And how do you see the realignment going for this district? You think all the schools will stay together just like they have for the most part through the years?
Yeah, I don't really see that to be too much of a change going into the realignment for next year. There's been a couple years. There was a time where we had one of our schools. At that time, it was 5A and 4A that dropped to 4A.
Yeah, South Garland.
South Garland, exactly, Scott. So we found in that scenario, we actually learned a lot and found that it's actually better if we try to keep all of our schools together in the same district. And so that's something that we would be looking towards doing again. I think it benefits everyone. of all our schools in GISD. And so that's something we'd be looking at again. So we have to look at the numbers. The numbers will be certified at the end of October. So whatever student enrollment numbers are at the high schools will then be submitted, and those will be used to drive the realignment.
Anything else going on that we should talk about?
Well, no, we're just excited to be playing football again. You know, we played last year, but we've got the fans back. We've got the drill team. We got the cheerleaders. So football in its normal capacity is really exciting, and I think that everyone's really enjoying us being able to do that after that COVID year.
Well, thanks for leaving Williams to come over here and do this interview, and appreciate it. And, again, it's good to see you. Again, folks, I remember this guy as a 15-year-old basketball player at Tyler Street, and I understand Tyler Street no longer exists. Was that kind of a sad day when they –
It really, really was. And, you know, I'm proud to say we won 3 state championships.
I had forgotten that. Wow.
We won 3 state championships.
You were on 3 teams.
3 teams.
That one state.
Yeah, and the bummer was my last year as a senior, I lost it, and I got to hear that from my buddies from high school. We lost in the championship game. I won't go into it, but the refs were involved. I'll just leave it at that. The refs were involved heavily, so I'll just leave it at that. But, yeah, we ended up losing. I could have had a four-peat. I mean, that was
not many people can say that.
No, but I did win 3. So, yeah, it did shut down, unfortunately, Scott. And so, actually, I had a couple. I couldn't make it on they had like a little ceremony. I couldn't make it on the day that it was. But we're actually trying to get some of that memorabilia from our state championship, the trophies and some of the things that were there. So we're trying to go through that process to see if we can get some of those fond memories that we have from back in those days.
Well, thanks for doing this. Good luck with your new job, and I wish you the best of luck. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Dr. Ron Griffen, the Executive Athletic Director of the Garland ISD. We'll be back with more of our halftime. It's 24/7. Wylie over Rowlett here on 92.1 FM, KXEZ.
And this is Hank Clements back from Homer B. Johnson Stadium in Garland, where at halftime, Wylie leads Rowlett 24-7. And at this point, I'm going to read through some of the most recent polls that have come out in high school football. And we're going to start with 6A. And at the statewide polls, we've got Austin Westlake at number 1 with a 4-0 record. We've got Katy with a 5-0 record, number 2. Southlake Carroll, highest ranked local team in 6A. They're at 5-0 at number 3. Number 4, Denton Geyer, another local team, 5-0. Number 4, Duncanville. Number 5, another local team. Now they're 3-1. They have a loss, but they're still ranked number 5 in the state in 6A. Humble Atascocita is next at 4-1. Katy Tompkins at number 7. And then another local, Rockwall Heath at number 8 with a 4-1 record. Number 9, Spring Westfield, number 9. Number 10, Galena Park North Shore. And they, I think, won the last 2 championships at the state level. Right now, the number 10 in the state at 4-1. Number 11, Spring, and number 12, Lake Travis. Continuing, we got another area school. Number 13 is Allen at 3-1. Then we got San Antonio Brennan at number 14. Number 15, we go local again and have Rockwall at 3-2. And then Arlington Martin at number 16. Again, another local at number 17, Euless Trinity at 4-1. We have Cibolo Steel at number 18. We have Cypress Bridgeland at number 19. And at number 20, Midland Legacy. 21, local again, we have Louisville. 22, we have Cypress Park. 23, we have Austin Vandegrift. And at 24, Houston King. And bringing up the top 25 in the state of Texas 6A, Smithson Valley at 5-0. We go down to the Class 5A Division 1, and we have Denton Ryan 4-1 at number 1. College Station 5-0, number 2. Highland Park 3-1, number 3. Number 4, Longview, they're 4-1. Number 5, Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial 5-0. Number 6, Colleyville Heritage, 3-1 at number 6. Number 7, Amarillo Tascosa at 4-1. Number 8, Frisco Lone Star with a 3-1 record. And number 9, Katy Paytow, 4-0. And number 10, Fort Bend Hightower. And under Class 5, Division 1, 5A, we only have the top 10 ranked. And that's why I didn't bother to go through and tell you the locals, because you could pick them out. Pretty obvious. Class 5A Division 2. No surprise here. Aledo at 5-0, number 1. Number 2, Fort Bend Marshall at 4-0. Number 3, Lovejoy, 4-0. Number 4, Ennis at 5-0. Number 6, Lubbock Cooper at 4-1. And number 6, South Oak Cliff at 3-1. Number 7, Nederland at 4-0. Number 8, Wichita Falls Rider at 5-0. Number 9, and there's a two are tied at number 9, Texarkana, Texas at 3-0. And bringing up number 10 in the state in 5A Division 2, San Antonio Alamo Heights at 5-0. We'll drop down to Class 4A Division 1, and we'll start. Number 1 is Argyle at 4-0. Number 2 is Corpus Christi Calallen at 4-0. Number 3, Austin LBJ at 5-0. Number 4, Tyler Chapel Hill at 5-0. Number 5, Stephenville at 5-0. Number 6, El Campo at 4-1. Number 7, Waco La Vega at 3-2. Number 8, Melissa at 3-2. Number 9, Huffman Hargrave at 5-0. And wrapping it up for Class 4A Division 1, number 10 in the state, Kilgore at 4-1. We go to 4A Division 2, and we've got Carthage at 3-0, number 1. Got Gilmer, number 2, at 4-1. Salina, number 3, at 4-1. Number 4, we've got West Orange Stark at 3-1. Number 5, we have China Spring at 5-0. Number 6, Belleville at 5-0. And number 7, we have Van at 5-0. Number 8, we have Geronimo Navarro, 4-1. Number 9, Cuero at 4-1. And number 10, bringing up the last spot in the top 10 of Class 4A Division 2, we have Sinton at 3-1.
Let's look at the first half stats. We're about ready to kick off the second half. First downs, Wylie 14, Rowlett 5. Huge difference there. Total yards, listen to this. Wylie 358, Rowlett 161. 243 of Wylie's 358 through the air on 12 of 16 passing. Rowlett 109 through the air, just 4 out of 12 passing. Rushing 115 for Wylie, only 52 for Rowlett. Not a lot of penalties, 4 for 30 on Rowlett, 1 for 5 against Wylie.
Yeah, and you know, when you talk about that, only 4 completions for Rowlett, you have to remember one of those completions was for 80-plus yards and a touchdown play. And they may need to try and go back to more of the lock ball here in the second half, if nothing else, to loosen it up for the running game.
Short kick, Rowlett will start at their 34-yard line with the opening possession with the wind at their back here in the third quarter. You figure if they're going to get back in this game, they better get started right now with the wind. Individually, Ocola for Rowlett, 4 out of 12, 109, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Rowlett rushing, Kingston Johnson, the leader, 4 for 32, 5.3 receiving for Rowlett. 3 for 104 for Corey Kirkling and 1 touchdown. That's 34 catch, but only 1 other reception in the first half for 5 yards for Graden Naru. Handoff on the first play. This is Johnson. He's going to be stacked up, but just a 1-yard gain at the 34. Individually, quickly for Wylie, their quarterback, the star, Isaac Fay, 12 of 16, 75%, 243 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Blake Fuller, the leading rusher, 16 for 89 and a touchdown. And then the receiving star, Seth Kramer, 7 for 163 and a touchdown. Passes knocked down and almost intercepted on a short out pass by number 11, Canyon Hall, but he dropped it, and it's going to be 3rd and 9 for the Eagles. So there are your first half stats, very much dominated by Wylie, especially time of possession.
Yeah, and the interception that Faye threw was basically meaningless. It was right at the end of the half.
3rd and 9. Ocola's going to go deep down the middle against double coverage, and a diving catch by Corey Kirkling.
Wow.
As they beat the double coverage. It took a great catch. Ocola got it down there, but it wasn't real accurate, and Kirkling kind of bailed him out. It'll be first down to 27 of Wylie.
Well, I'll tell you what, the receiver makes a great diving play, great effort, and just found the seam between the double coverage.
They mark it at the 27. Ocola, he's hit down right after he takes the snap. Looked like he wanted to take off around right in, but blitzing through and chopping him down right as he took the snap. Boy, it's that kid that seems like he was shot out of a cannon earlier in the game, and he does it again. Tristan Stewart shooting in there from his linebacker spot.
Yeah, just a tremendous defensive play there.
A loss of 4, 2nd and 14. Rowlett trying to get back in this game, down 24-7, opening possession, 3rd quarter. Glad you're with us here on KXEZ tonight. And we've got a whistle, and they're going to kill the play as Ocola took the snap. This will be legal procedure.
Number 88.
Eagles.
5-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down.
Well, I tell you what, Ocola may be happy that they blew that one dead because he had the right defensive end at full steam about to hit him from behind. And who knows where the ball would have gone on that.
So consecutive 5-yard losses, one by penalty, makes it a 2nd and 20. They got to get all the way to the 17, but got 2 downs to do it, maybe 3. Ocola rolls right, tried to hit Kirkling on a short out pass, but too wide, incomplete, not a good pass. So now it's 3rd and 20. Again, pretty much 4-down territory down here.
Yeah, not a good pass at all. I like the call. I just didn't like the execution.
Yeah, the receiver was open to boot. I mean, it wasn't that hard of a pass. Right-handed quarterback rolling to his right.
Right.
Kirkling has been open all night, really one of the few stars tonight for the Eagles. So here we go on 3rd and 20. A receiver each way. A couple of tight ends in there on a tight formation. Ocola play action, deep drop. Now he's going to roll right, in trouble, evades a tackler, gets a block it, runs it to the 35, maybe the 30. But a short gain on 3rd and 20, and it's going to be now 4th. And about 13, and again, I expect him to go for it, but
do you kick a field goal with the wind?
That's a thought. They are bringing on some fresh troops.
Yeah, looks like they're bringing on the field goal unit.
It'd be a 47-yard kick with a pretty good 20, 30-mile-an-hour wind at their back. You know, you're down by 17. Being that it's 13, I guess I could see the field goal try. Right hash, good angle for the right-footed kicker.
Need some points.
And it's Jacob Martin. They'll put it down at the 37-47 attempt. High snap, ball down, kick is going to be short and left. Mm-hmm. Almost got it there, but it was left anyway, no good.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't quite have the leg, even boosted by the wind. But a 47-yarder is a lot to ask of a high school kicker.
Yeah, and you got to get it up in the air a little bit more if you're going to let the wind right it some. And it was just kind of a line drive. I think the high snap may have thrown the timing off from the get-go.
Yeah, that's very possible.
So Wylie will start on the reset at their 39-58 3rd quarter. Their opening possession of the 3rd quarter, leading Rowlett 24-7. Faye in shotgun, simple handoff to the fullback Fuller, who crossed the 30 to the 32, just a 2-yard gain as he was stacked up by the middle of that Rowlett line. And who else but Ja'Cory Brown was involved, as well as Curtis Johnson, another fellow defensive lineman.
Well, Ja'Cory Brown is the defensive player of the game from the first half for the Eagles. And although when you're down 24-7, it's hard to say anybody's your defensive player of the game, but he's really stood out down there.
4-man front, 3 linebackers as Faye looks it over in shotgun. Play action fake, pass over the middle, caught, and that'll be enough for a first down. Open. Boy, those crossing routes have worked all night. Vargas just going across the field, makes the catch and gets the first down to the 47.
Split out to his left and ran to his right on just a quick slant that went for about 15 yards.
That has been working all night long. The receivers just slanting across the middle. First and 10, quick out pass caught. Looking for a block is Vargas. He got a block and a pretty good gain on first down of about 8 to the 45 of Rowlett.
And Rowlett looks like they've changed their defensive lineup a little bit. Not the personnel, well, maybe the personnel too, but they were lined up in a standard 4-3 in the first half, almost every play. And now it looks like they're going to a wide tackle 6.
2nd and 3 at the 46. Fuller sweeping right, cuts it up on the seam, and he is close to the first down where he's brought down at the 43. Let's see if they move the chains or make them go for it. Now they're going to say first down, move those chains.
I'll tell you what, they're running like a well-oiled machine, the Wylie offense is, from about the second quarter on.
Mixing the run and the pass well all night. 8:30 and counting, third quarter. Wylie with the ball and driving and leading 24-7 over Rowlett. Rowlett led 7-3, then gave up 21 straight points. They've been behind ever since. Another one of those slant passes over the middle is caught, just a yard short of the first down. And again, a very familiar number 19 in the person of Seth Kramer. He is having a night, gain of 9 to the 34.
Kramer is having a great display of his abilities tonight.
I'll give you an update on his numbers in a moment, as well as Faye's. 2 receivers each way, ball almost dead center of the field at the Rowlett 34. Snap, play action, pass up the seam. Again, Kramer with a catch, a first down to the 27 and another 7 yards. Most of these are short passes.
Yeah, that Donovan Moore on the tackle.
First down at the 27. We'll update those numbers in a moment because they're ever changing. Kramer catches the pass on almost every play. Here's a good rush that forces Faye out of the pocket, and he just throws it away as he arrives at the far sideline. Threw it to anybody who wanted it on the sideline over there.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that Rowlett didn't dodge a bullet in terms of a late hit flag over there. Quarterback Faye got drilled pretty good as he threw the ball, and he was headed toward the out of bounds mark.
Boy, what a night. Faye has only missed on 4 passes all night, Hank. He's 14 of 18 for 265 yards. I mean, to only miss on 4. Now, a lot of them are, 10 to 7 yard range, but still the coverage hasn't been that bad.
Right.
And Kramer now 7 for 163.
He's putting the ball on the money. That big offensive line's giving him time to throw. And it also helps that I don't know what their average per carry is, but the rushing game is sure made it easier
fouls on
to
the
throw
play,
the ball.
both against the defense. Offside, number 4. Personal foul, late hit out of bounds, number 4. We'll enforce both fouls. First down.
That's what happened.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, offside and a dead ball personal foul. So that's going to be 20 yards in penalties, maybe a half the distance situation, but still they're marking it all the way down to the 11-yard line. It's a gain of 16 on the 2 penalties.
Well, yeah.
So one of them was kind of a half the distance.
Well, there was no reason to hit the quarterback the way they hit him.
Right, because he was just throwing it away, right, on the sideline.
Yeah, exactly.
2 receivers each way, ball right hash from the 11. They could get a first down without a touchdown. Fuller, hand off, and he will get nothing as, again, Ja'Cory Brown was in the backfield to hit him first, and he will not get credit for the tackle, but he should. His teammates helped finish it off, led by Isaiah Armstrong, who's also been active in the middle tonight. The net result's a gain of 1 to the 10. Wylie marching here on their opening possession of the half. It started back at their 30-yard line. Ball now on the right hash, short side to the right. 2 receivers wide left. Fuller the lone back. Faye looking left. Time. Heaves it high in the air toward the end zone. Jump ball, but a flag on the incompletion. This could be pass interference.
It's going to be pass interference.
Or maybe holding from the field judge over here. Let's see what the end result is. I take it you're saying it's against Rowlett.
Well, the flag in the end zone is interference.
As we wait for the officials to sort it out, it would be a half the distance penalty and another first and goal for Wylie.
Holding. Defense number 5. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Yeah, sometimes they call it holding. It's really the same thing when you think about it. But this just a 5-yard penalty. Well, it could be 10 yards. But anyway, it's down at the 5 and a fresh set of downs, first and goal. Wylie looking to build on their 24-7 lead.
Well, hey, the game's not over till it's over, and we're still early in the third.
This drive in its third minute. Fay on the end around to Kramer. Why not hand it to him? He's done everything else tonight, but this one goes for naught. He is stopped for no gain. Rowlett not fooled. They stayed home and stopped him at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, that was a good play by Michael, and I hope I say his name right. Bunkan Okiode.
Okiode is the official last name. I've had to say it a few times, so I've got a head start on you. It's Ebakun Okiode, I believe. I'm real close. I think a little closer than you were on your first attempt.
Yeah,
it's one of those, the more you try, the better it'll get.
I hope so.
It says first down on the far marker, but it should be second and goal from the 5. Fay over the middle, caught, touchdown to Wylie. Too easy as Adrian Bryant on another crossing route was wide open in the middle of the end zone. First time we've seen Bryant tonight. As you can hear, the University of Texas fight song across the way. Well, I guess you call it the University of. Right now, it's the Wylie High School fight song.
Exactly.
4-minute drive, 4 minutes and 1 second, as they went 70 yards. Extra point to come. 9 plays to go 70. Here's your PAT, and it's good. Timeout on the field, 5:44, third quarter. Wylie now leads Rowlett 31-7 on KXEZ.
TuneIn Radio. Don't forget, if you can't get us here at 92.1 KXEZ, you can hear the games on TuneIn Radio. Go to TuneIn Radio or the TuneIn Radio. Click on 92.1 KXEZ, and you can hear us anywhere in the world. So tell your out-of-town friends and family about TuneIn Radio.
As Wylie's going to kick it off here, who are some of our title sponsors, Hank?
Well, Raising Cane's Certified Foundation, C3 Church, Trophy Nissan, Bellaflore Spa and Salon.
More in a second. Here's your kick. It's short, though. Fair caught by Rowlett at the 22. What else we got?
We got North Texas Appliance, Shelley Dietrich State Farm, Seneda's Mexican Kitchen, and there's strength in numbers. Join the Rowlett Chamber of Commerce today.
I know that's a tough one. It's your first time. Belfiore Spa and Salon. Belfiore Spa and Salon, a long time.
Well, we
sponsor here on KXEZ.
We may need her to play defensive end. So we really have fun with O'Kitty and
first and 10 Eagles. 25, ball right hash. Receiver each way. The lone back, Johnson to the left. Okola dropped the snap, and Johnson was a good teammate. He fell on it in the backfield, or that could be another disastrous turnover against the Eagles.
Man, in trailing 31-7, they're going to have to start making their plays pay off if they're going to get back in this game.
Yeah, like opening it up. Which they hadn't been afraid to go downfield tonight.
Well, they hit the one great play, and then they have seemingly shot away from it since.
But only have 6 first downs. 203 yards, not bad for 6 first downs, but just 55 rushing, 3.5 a carry.
Timeout. Wylie
takes a timeout. Why don't we keep it right here and hear from another couple of sponsors there.
North Texas Appliance in Rockwall. Go see the friendly folks at North Texas Appliance in Rockwall, and don't forget about their scratch and dent appliances. Sometimes they're hard to find, but the scratch and dents can be purchased at reduced prices. First quality appliances also come at good prices. North Texas Appliance Rockwall at 1535 East I-30 go by or call 972-771-0393. That's 972-771-0393. And then we've got more sponsors here, the Lakeview Car Wash, Golden Rule Auto Care, and the Rowlett Eagle Football Booster Club.
Okola on the quarterback keeper, a pretty good gainer, a first down if it counts, though. There are 2 penalties behind the play, back around the line of scrimmage, and this looks like it's going to go against the Eagles.
Offense number 22. Change previous spot. Still second down.
So they'll put this down at the 15. A spot foul. And the Eagles will have a 1st and 20, or a 2nd and 20, according to the marker over there. Yeah, it's 2nd and 20 because they ran a play, first down play. 4:52 here in the third quarter. 31-7, Wylie. Okola dancing around the backfield looking for somebody to throw to. Nobody got open, and he got buried back at the 9. You know, that's your old-fashioned coverage sack right there. He had time, looked all over the field, nobody open to throw to.
And he's got to learn to get rid of the ball. And
good point.
If the pressure's coming down and he doesn't have an open receiver, throw it away.
If there's ever a time to punt on third down, this wouldn't be a bad one here because they need all the way to the 35 from the 9, 3rd and 26, with the wind at your back, by the way. They needed to make some hay here in the third with that win. They'll have to go into it in the fourth. Right now, down 24 points. 4 receiver set. Swing screen dropped by Crow. To the short side, it may not have gone far, but Crow was open, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Didn't have a lot of yardage had he caught it. But I think they're going to have to get a little more creative in the passing game and start going back downfield. Especially trailing 31-7 late in the third.
Here comes the punt on 4th down. Line drive, caught on the run, and a nice return to the 25, still fighting for more. About a 15-yard return on a low line drive, very returnable punt. Canyon Hall with the Wylie return, and they're going to have great field position at the Rowlett 23-yard line.
And that was a very tough play that Hall made, and it was tell you what, to run in full stride, run up, catch the ball, and he just didn't try to juke and jive and play around. He went straight down the field, and you had to love that.
Yeah, that's a really good point. North-south return. That's what you want your return man to do. Play action fake, and the quarterback had no chance to throw it. His fade was down for a loss.
And you guessed it.
Number 4, Michael Ebakun Okioti.
Yeah.
I know I got the Okioti right. It's the Ibakun or Ibakun, but I think it's Ibakun.
I was going to say number 4 and let you pronounce it that time.
You did. That's a 9-yard loss, 5-yard loss, I should say, back to the 28. 2nd and 15. Good blitz there. Let's see if they send the house again here. 3 receivers, ball center of the field. Fakes. No, he gives it to Fuller on the end around left, and we got a flag early in the play.
Yeah, we're going to have a holding call on number 72.
Holding. Offense number 75. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still take it down.
That's if Rowlett takes it, and I think they will, given the field position in their territory, and they will take the 10-yard walk. So Wylie way behind the chains here, back to the 38 of Rowlett. They need the 13, so it's going to be 2nd and 25, Pirates. 3 minutes and counting here in the third quarter. The Pirates leading at 31-7. As they just got a short punt and a good return, and now they're going backward. I saw a little bit of, some kind of light in the sky off to our right toward the south. I hope that's not a bad sign. Fuller takes the handoff, squeezes his way across the 35 to the 33. That'll be a 5-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd and very long. Could be 4-down territory here.
Yeah, I would say so. especially with they've had such a success both running and passing. They've got the defense off balance, which, of course, shows up on the scoreboard with 31 points.
Wylie now over 400 yards total offense, and a very conservative handoff over left guard on 3rd and 20. Fuller got all he could, but he's going to be stopped at the 29, and it's going to be 4th and 16. Interesting play call there. Wasn't even a draw handoff, which sometimes you see on 3rd and long.
Well, it could have been they were concerned about throwing against the wind and a ball hanging up and having it intercepted. Right now, they can continue just milking the clock a little bit.
They're doing that right now, working that play clock down under 10.
Yeah.
They're going to try and get this off in time. 1:28 on the real clock, the big one. Faye's ready to go, too. They get it off, and he's going to quick kick it. Although he kicks it up his foot towards the far sideline, this is going to be about a 10-yard punt, folks, maybe a 9-yard punt. Now they'll call it 10 out at the 19. He tried to angle it to the far side and just kicked it.
Yeah, he got the angle down, just didn't get the distance.
Oh, the angle was there. It's just too much angle.
Yeah.
So Rowlett, with 1:14 left here in the third, will start at their 19, trailing 31-7.
And Rowlett's on the ball. They're ready to run a play.
Ball on the left hash, 2 receivers each way. Okola looking right, fires incomplete. Almost had that picked off. I believe he was trying to go for Kirkling at about the 30, but overshot him and had another receiver who almost looked like the intended receiver down about the 35, but just a bad pass all the way around. 2nd down coming.
Yeah, they need to make some hay while they got the wind. They need to open it up, throw it downfield.
Same set from the left hash, 4 receivers. Johnson's going to sweep it left, hit early, and it'll be dropped for a 1-yard gain, maybe 2. Nowhere to go to the short side around left end.
Yeah, it looked like that was a type of play designed for a double dynamite or double tight end formation, and they didn't get a block from the tight end on that side.
Tristan Stewart, Gabe Phillips made the stop. 3rd down and 9 Eagles. Okola coming right on the roll, looking. Steps around and defender to the 25. He's got the first down down the sideline. He'll only be bumped out at the 39. That was all James Okola, nifty running around right end.
Yeah, Okola showing that he's got some moves and he's not afraid to tuck it down and go.
Moxie. Showing some moxie there.
Yeah.
Looked like a running back. Got 20 on 3rd down.
What he needs to show is getting his team in the end zone.
Fresh set it down. Is looking to throw. Fires.
Oh, there you go.
Quick out to the near side. Caught. Hit and knocked out was Kirkling. They're going to mark him forward progress at the 45. A quick 6 on 1st down.
Very good throw and catch. And that would be a great play if there was, if this was a 2-touchdown deficit.
See if they can get one more play off. 2 seconds in the quarter, and they do get the play. Okola's pass caught, thrown behind the intended receiver. He made a great reaching catch backward there. Give all the credit in the world to Isaac Loera with the catch. That'll be a 1st down at the 49, and we'll start the 4th quarter in a moment. Let's take a timeout. It's 31-7 Wylie over Rowlett here on KXEZ.
This is the Possum, 92.1 KXEZ, Farmersville, Dallas, and KXEZ.com.
Rowlett to start the 4th with a 1st and 10. Okola keeps it around left end, has a good gain out to the 43-44 of Wylie. That'll be 5 on 1st down. Our title Eagle sponsors tonight are Advantage Storage, Chick-fil-A, Chiloso's Mexican Bistro, Whataburger, Ultimate Driving School, Super Shack Seafood Grill, Sign Guy DFW, Rowlett Food, Richardson Methodist Medical Center, the Musgrove Agency, Jersey Mike Subs, Jason's Deli, and the First Baptist Church of Rowlett. Thanks to our Eagles sponsors tonight. Another pass by Okolo is complete, short out to the 40. That's going to be just about a yard short of the first down, but very much 4-down territory here for the Eagles. 3rd down coming.
And that was a good throw, and they're showing that they can hit the underneath passes now, but when you're down 31-7, you're going to have to get the ball a little further downfield.
3rd and 1, a keeper, Okolo, and he may have the first down.
He's close.
It's right at it, and they are going to move the chains. I believe they started to move over there on the far side.
I think they're going to measure. I think they're going to.
A rare measurement it would be. Now they're going to
right.
say move them. You don't see measurements anymore. It's kind of a lost art in football for some reason. First set of downs at the 39. Rowlett on the move here. Deep seam pattern is incomplete. The receiver never turned around. Trey Long was one-on-one. He never got turned around to even find the ball, but I'm not sure the pass was accurate enough anyway.
Yeah, the quarterback and Long were not on the same page. I do like it, though, that they are airing it out a little bit.
Don't forget, if you can't get us at 92.1, you can get us at KXEZ.com or TuneIn Radio as we stream all of these Rowlett games. You can hear us anywhere in the world. Just tell the out-of-town friends and family to go to TuneIn or KXEZ.com. As Okolo on the roll, this time to the right, fires a hard, short pass incomplete. And now that's going to be 3rd or 4th and 3. I guess 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3. And looks like they're going to do an up-tempo hurry up, but
3rd and 10 from the left hash, and they're going to kill the play with penalty markers coming from everywhere. And
false start. It is offense number 75. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
We take it. You can hear referee Scott Davis say false start, and they'll mark it at the 40. Boy, it looked like a 4-yard walk. No, it's 5-yard walk off to the 44. And it'll be 3rd and 15. Penalties starting to mount here in the second half.
Yeah, really.
Rowlett now with 9 for make it 10 for 70. Only 1 penalty for 5 yards for Wylie. They've done a good job of not hurting themselves tonight with 404 yards of offense and 19 first downs. Only 6 first downs for Rowlett. Okolo going to go deep middle. Caught. Open. Corey Kirkling takes a shot in the back, but he holds on. And that'll be a first down at the 26. Nice pass and catch there.
Yeah, and this is what I'm talking about. I don't know why they haven't been doing more of this.
Kirkling, great position on the defender there at the inside position, and perfect pass from Okolo. 9:40 clock running here in the 4th. Rowlett on the march, trailing 31-7. Okolo's going to keep it around left end, gets a couple of blocks, still moving the pile, and they're finally going to stop him inside the 20. And he got a good 6-7 yards there before he was shoved out of bounds at the 19.
Yeah, Okolo is showing that he's really a better runner than he showed in the first half. And why he didn't exhibit more of those skills early in the game, we don't know. But, if he doesn't air it out a little bit more and hit some big plays, his running may be too little too late.
He's nearing 50 yards rushing on the night. Has time in the pocket here. Pump fake. Going to go deep to the corner of the end zone.
Beautiful play.
Receiver there. Caught. Touchdown. Corey Kirkling.
A great pump fake by Okolo. And then a really good route. Great throw. Great catch. Well-executed football play.
There was a defender in the area. Kirkling was behind him. It took a good pass to fit it in a small window in the corner of the end zone. The pass was very good. And a nice kind of twisting reception by Kirkling as the defender was bearing down on him, trying to catch up on the play, and he never got there. And Rowlett's going to go for 2 here, down by 18. I like this. That gets you within 2 8-point situations if you can get it.
Right.
Okolo, though, is in trouble, and he's going to be down at the 5, so it will stay an 18-point Wylie lead. Let's take a timeout. 31-13 Wylie over Rowlett on 92.1 FM KXEZ. Our title sponsors tonight, their Strength in Numbers. Join the Rowlett Chamber of Commerce today. Seneda's Mexican Kitchen, Shelley Dietrich State Farm, North Texas Appliance, Belfiore Spa and Salon, Trophy Nissan, C3 Church Certified Foundation, who brought us the interview with Coach Derek Alford, and Raising Cane's, who brought us the Raising Cane's halftime show. Thanks to all of our sponsors tonight. And our other sponsors of Rowlett football, Lakeview Car Wash, Golden Rule Auto Care, and the Rowlett Eagle Football Booster Club. Seneda's Mexican Kitchen's the perfect place for some of the best Mexican cuisine in Rowlett. Come in on Tuesdays for Taco Tuesdays. They're just 99 cents, or any day for happy hour from 4 to 7. It's at 6501 Dalrock Road in Rowlett. Come check out Seneda's Mexican Kitchen. Here's a short kickoff that's caught by Wylie, a very short kick, and they'll start. Well, once the officials decide what the yard line will be, it'll be around the 35-yard line.
And we'll see if Wylie continues to go with a balanced attack, or if they just want to feed the ball to the backs and go behind that big offensive line.
Yeah, I'm going to play offensive coordinator. You've got an 18-point lead. You just gave up a long drive to Rowlett. I think I want to run the ball and see if they can stop you, and that way you can eat that clock if possible with a couple of first downs. You don't want Rowlett to continue their little rally here. You want to just stuff it down their throat if you're Wylie, if you ask me anyway.
Brilliant strategy, my friend.
Fuller on the first play, just what I wanted if you're Wylie, just a fullback dive, and he got a pretty good gainer. He got 3 yards on first down, and you get that every play, you're going to be close to the first down, and you're going to keep the chains and the clock moving.
Well, if you get that and you go through it for it on all 4 plays, you make a first.
Is that how it works?
Well, mathematically, yes.
Second,
football strategy, not always.
Actually, they only gave him 2, 2nd and 8, so unfortunately they'd work at 2. Well, Fuller on the dive again, a bigger hole here as he squeezed through to the 43, and that's going to be 3 yards short of the first down with third down coming. And they've already used at least a minute off the clock. We are nearing the 8-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Rowlett with a stop here could get the ball back and maybe continue their little mini rally here.
Yeah, they're going to have to get the stop. They're going to have to turn around and do something in a big hurry.
Against the wind, I might ask.
Jumped off sides.
Oh, that's going to give them a free play, but it's also going to give them a first down on the end play. Yeah, it's going to be defensive offside. That's a free first down
offside
for Wylie.
Defense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Let's hope that doesn't take the air out of this Rowlett team. That could be pretty deflating here in the fourth quarter.
Right.
And they should be over 20 first downs. They've had 19 for a while.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was their 20th first down. As Fay hands again to Fuller, right guard, and stacked up at midfield. That'll be just a 2-yard gain. Looks like Ja'Cory Brown might not have been in on that tackle. But it looks like Uba Anium, another great name, may have been involved.
Like he was in. It looks like that Gabriel Betts.
Take a good look.
Been in on the tackle.
If you have any binoculars, take a good look at this Rowlett defensive line. They've got some big kids up there. Some good-looking defensive ends. In other words, long, rangy, and big, and then some huge defensive tackles. They really look like a defensive line. Second down, Fuller hit in the backfield. He fought forward for about a yard, but the hit that almost just downed him immediately was by Donovan Moore held on from behind. And Rowlett timeout. Why don't we keep it right here? North Texas Appliance. Go see those friendly folks at 1535 East I-30. They're on the South Service Road, about a mile from the football stadium. You can go or call 972-771-0393. North Texas Appliance, a longtime sponsor here on KXEZ. Don't forget, we've got more football this weekend. Texas A&M tomorrow. They play host to Mississippi State. Kickoff at 6. Our pregame here at 5 o'clock on KXEZ. We are your Metroplex home for Texas A&M men's athletics here on 92.1. We'll have Rowlett again in 2 weeks. They are off this next week, and they'll be back in action on October 15th at Williams Stadium, where they will visit North Garland. And then next week we will have a high school game. We cover several Caddo Mills games, and we'll have the Foxes on the road at Sunnyvale. That's a 7:30 kickoff, pregame at 7:15. 92.1 FM KXEZ, or Metroplex home for high school sports. As we get back to play, Wylie with a 3rd and 7. Just a yard on the other side of midfield. Rowlett loading the box here. Play action, dropped off over the middle, caught. Going to be a little short of the first down because the tackle was immediate. Another player who's had a big night tonight for Rowlett is Jaden Ellis in the secondary. And Seth Kramer with another catch, but 3 yards short. Let's see if Wylie will punt or go.
Looks like they're going to punt. Looks like they're going to punt here.
With the wind at their back, it'd be hard to keep this ball on the field and not have a touchback, but we'll see what happens. Maybe he'll angle it and try and get the coffin corner, but with that wind, it will be hard to pin it deep. Rowlett does have one return man kind of on the other side of the field. The ball's on the left hash, and he's over on the right hash down at the 15, and we've got to delay a game. I think they want to give their punter maybe an extra
delay a game. Offense, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
5:56, a very fast-moving second half here as Wylie continues to lead it. Yeah, they just wanted to kill as much time as they could there, didn't they?
Well, they also wanted to get their punter in a position where he doesn't kick it out of the end zone because of the wind.
And he does get it off rugby style, end over end. Nice catch at the 17, and a nice return coming for Rowlett. 30, 35, and spun down. We do have a penalty marker way back early in the return, probably an illegal block against Rowlett. On the return for the Eagles was Gonzalo Trevino.
Well, if you bet that way on every punt return there's a flag, you'd
probably win.
You'd be about 90% ahead.
I'm thinking 100% almost.
Yeah. Very close.
The marker is back at the 23. If that's the spot foul they start at, Rowlett's going to be really deep against the wind with 5:39 left here in the 4th. Already down 31-13.
But only trailing by 18.
Yeah, missing that 2-point conversion didn't help because that could have got right. Then 2 touchdowns and 2 points.
During the return, holding. Receiving team number 35. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
Let's see if Rowlett will try and open it up here and try and get closer. Into the wind here, which has been steady 20-30 all night out of the north. Kind of an unusual wind without a cold front, as we've had storms in the area, and we will all weekend long. Not a drop has fallen here, though, as far as I can tell. We had a light outage. We had a couple of light poles go out in the second quarter, and that delayed us about 20 minutes. But we are all light now. Plenty of light here at Homer B now. Quick out pass caught by Gradinaro. He spins on a 1 tackle and gets a decent gain out of it to the 17 for 4. Rowlett a little bit in the hurry-up mode here.
Yeah. Well, they need to be with 5 minutes left in the game and trailing by 18 points.
Okola, as he's been all night in shotgun. Hands it. Wanted to sweep it, but cutting it up is Johnson, and he spills his way across the 25. Kept his balance despite being hit and got it to the 26 for the 1st down.
Yeah, nice play. But, again, it's awfully small when we got to get chunks here. We can't get the –
Yeah, it's almost like, they've kind of decided it's going to be difficult into this wind. I'm with you. Why not try and throw it? Another handoff. Johnson hit in the backfield. He may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they can practice their running game at practice. Right now they need points.
Yeah, this was not completely out of reach. It would have been difficult into the wind, though. 2nd and 11. Clock running for 24, 3, 2. Rowlett's got 2 timeouts. Okola rolling right. fires on the out to Kirkling, and it was too wide, incomplete. Boy, Kirkling has been open all night long.
Really has.
And unfortunately, so has the Wylie receiver by the name of Seth Kramer. But we can compare their numbers here in a moment. Go ahead.
Seth Kramer's had a great game tonight. Pope's had a great name throwing the ball to him. Face had a great game throwing the ball to him.
Kramer 9 for 179.
Oh, there we go.
Okola scrambles out of trouble. He's going to keep it to the 30, 35, and a first down as he steps out around the 40. Kramer 10 for 183 and a touchdown. Pretty good, huh?
Uh-huh.
Kirkling 7 for 186 and 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
14-yard gain approximately. Do we have a penalty marker or not? I don't see one.
He may very well be the district offensive player of the week with that kind of receiving yardage.
First and 10 at the 40. That stopped the clock at 4:06. Okola is going to keep it again. Nowhere to go here, though, as he's tripped up in the backfield and got back to the line of scrimmage at the 40. The clock continues to wind under 4 minutes. Our Eagles sponsors tonight, Advantage Storage, Chick-fil-A, Choloso's Mexican Bistro, First Baptist Church of Rowlett, Jason's Deli, Whataburger, Ultimate Driving School, Super Shack Seafood Grill, Sign Guy DFW, Rowlett Food. More in a moment as we've got a marker. I think they're going to kill the play with procedure on the offense.
Ball start. Offense number 60. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Richardson Methodist Medical Center, the Musgrove Agency, Jersey Mike's Subs, and Jason Deli, First Baptist Church, Rowlett, Choloso's Mexican Bistro. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Second and 15 from the 35. 3:20 left. Looks like Rowlett's going to fall to 1-2. Wylie to 2-1. They'll increase their record. Beautiful fingertip catch by Kirkling, and then they tried to bring him down. He wouldn't go down. Good effort there, and that also bought him the first down, it appears. He's right at it at the 49.
Mm-hmm.
And they will move the chains. Good effort by Corey Kirkling, who continues to shine. Got 19 there.
And the quarterback, Piccolo, continues to throw the ball, or Fate continues to throw the ball really well.
We'll kind of wrap up the stats as we go along here late in the fourth. Bad snap. He picks it up, though, James does. Going to go deep down the far sideline. Has an open receiver. Oh, he dropped the football. That was Kirkling, one of the rare drops tonight for Corey. He had a step on the defender and just flat dropped the ball. Give Okola credit, by the way. He didn't panic. Set up and heaved it deep.
Didn't panic and set his feet, made a throw, and I don't know why they hadn't been making more throws like that.
That's a pretty good throw when you consider that wind also.
Absolutely.
James now is 10 out of 25. Not a great percentage, but he is at 200 yards for the night, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. So not a lot of mistakes. There's been some bad snaps, not his fault.
Mm-hmm.
He's also the leading rusher with 45 yards for the Eagles. All day to throw. Finally heaves it deep again. And into triple coverage, it's picked off mainly because he underthrew Corey Kirkling, and it was picked off at the 14-yard line. Kind of easy pickings there. And the man doing it was, it looked like Eric Vargas. The receiver had a couple of steps. A good throw might have worked, but he underthrew it and got picked.
Yeah.
Right after I said he had no picks, by the way.
Yeah,
that guy jinxed him.
You might have, but I also think that wind may have jinxed him.
Yeah, okay. Maybe we blame the wind
and
and not me. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, that make me happier to know it wasn't my fault.
The ball may have been held up a little bit by the wind.
All right. Well, it's official. It wasn't my fault.
Well, it's official. It's Wylie's ball, first and 10.
And they're looking to eat this clock, which says 2:25 in the fourth, leading 31-13. The Pirates are. Fuller right up the gut on first down, gets 4 to the 18. So let's look at what might be some final stats tonight for Rowlett, at least close to it. Look at their offensive numbers. Team-wise, first of all, 11 first downs, 283 total yards, 200 through the air, only 83 on the ground. big problem. 13 penalties for 90 yards. They've had that problem all year. Just one turnover tonight against Rowlett. It just happened, so that's encouraging. Only averaging, 3.7 a run. That's been a problem all year. Ocola 12 of 28, 218, and 2 touchdowns. Short gain on a handoff, going to bring up third down. Ocola 60 yards on 15 carries. Johnson,
timeout.
11, Rowlett 41. And then receiving for Rowlett, Kirkling 8 for 200 and 2 touchdowns. Timmy Gradinaru 2 for 9. Laura 1 for 6. So there's probably just about the final offensive numbers for Rowlett. Only 1 turnover and 3 penalties for 20 yards against Wylie. That's a good job of not beating yourself.
Right.
And right now with 1:34, go ahead.
Well, if you look at the turnover, the interception was right before half. So that was really, there was 15 seconds
Good
left.
point. In other words, a meaningless
Yeah.
stat, yeah. Right now with 1:34, Wylie, 20 first downs, 427 yards, 290 through the air. As Fay is 18 of 23 for 290, 137 on the ground. Again, the big ones to me, 3 penalties, 20 yards, and 1 turnover. Fay, 18 of 23, only 5 misses for 290 yards and 2 touchdowns. Wow. One of his misses was an interception. Fuller's over 125 for 114 rushing and a touchdown. And then let's go to the Seth Kramer, 10 for 183 and a touchdown. Fuller's got 2 for 56 receiving out of the backfield. There's pretty much your numbers for tonight. It's Wylie now just trying to eat that clock, although it is third down, and they're not going to get the first down with Fuller. So are they going to punt it away? Actually, that was not Fuller. That was the backup running back,
Rowlett.
Reed Dana.
Third and final timeout.
So Rowlett wants to get the ball back here, and they're trying to save some time here with 1:26. They are out of timeout. So, again, one more time, reminder, A&M football tomorrow. We are your Metroplex home. And they will play host to Mississippi State. Kickoff at 6. Our pregame coverage starts at 5 here on 92.1. Rowlett's off next week. We'll have them against North Garland at Williams Stadium on October the 15th, 7 o'clock kickoff. Our pregame show, our We Will Win Coaches show, begins at 6:45. And next Friday, we will have a game for you, Caddo Mills, as they will play Sunnyvale in a big district matchup in Sunnyvale. We'll have it for you right here. Kickoff 7:30, pregame at 7:15.
I do have a question for you.
Please.
And I read through it as well. Is the Texas A&M Mississippi State game on Friday or is it on Saturday?
Oh, did I say tomorrow?
I did too.
I was thinking it was Friday when I said tomorrow. My fault.
Right,
It's
right.
Saturday. It is Saturday. Thank you very much for that. It is a Saturday game, folks, not tomorrow.
They do show.
Thank you, Hank Clemens.
They do show some games.
That's one
Friday
time I don't mind you correcting me on a situation like that. Please correct me. Here's a punt dropped, picked up at the 46 by the Eagles. That's Joseph Brox. Pretty good return, getting something out of nothing. There wasn't much available, and he got it back to the 43 of Wylie. Rowlett down 31-13 with 1:12 left. Let's see what they can do here. Yeah. I'll see if I can get you some final scores around the area. Remember, we do have Lakeview and Garland playing over at Williams Stadium, so I would be interested in how that's going. Garland 2-0 in district, Rowlett Lakeview 0-2. So, and Garland led handily at the half, but let's see if we can get a late or maybe even a final score on that one for you, and maybe any other scores in the area as we wind down here. Here we go. Garland will have it in a minute. Ocola throws on the run. Kirkling, who else catches it for a first down about the 32?
Tell you what, he's really
Open.
He's open. He's catching the football, running good patterns. I don't know who I would give the offensive player of the game to. Would you give it to Fay or would you give it to Kirkman?
Oh, I think you got to give it to the winning team. Only 5 incompletions and 260 yards.
Well,
I think Fay is your player of the game.
Yeah, I think Fay is too. I meant I got the receivers backwards. I got the Rowlett receiver.
I would give it. That's a tough call, but you always lean toward the winning team, you know.
No, I lean toward the winning team.
And he had 2 touchdowns.
Do you give it to the Bay or do you give it to the receiver?
Oh, I give it to the quarterback because without the quarterback, the receiver would have done nothing.
Right.
That's the way I look at it. And he only had 5 incompletions and threw for 260. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it really is.
Incompletion, it's going to be 3rd down for Rowlett, 3rd and long. Garland 41, Lakeview Centennial 7. Might be a final. This little graphic they use here, they don't even tell you what quarter or whether the game's over or not. Oh, it does say final. 41-7. So Garland's 3-0. Lakeview Centennial's 0-3. South Garland's 0-2 going into play this week. So Lakeview will remain in at least a tie for last place. Garland, if Saxe wins tomorrow night, would stay in a tie for first place at 3-0 in the district. That's the only other game tonight. The schedule has Naaman Forest at South Garland tomorrow, so probably a Naaman Forest win to go 2-1. And Saxe's at North Garland. That could be trouble for Saxe tomorrow night. North Garland 1-1 and 4-1 on the year against Saxe 3-2 and 2-0. That's the game of the week here in the district.
They look like they're up ready to run another play.
4th and 19, Ocola. Deep slant, incomplete, too tall for Kirkling. Again, Kirkling was open, and he just couldn't find him. That guy has been open all night long. Other scores, Ryan over Frisco Centennial, 37-7. Frisco Wakeland over Frisco Heritage, 49-21. Lone Star of Frisco over Frisco Reedy, 42-6. Boy, there's a lot of schools in Frisco.
5 of them now, correct?
Oh, I think it's more than that. McKinney North over West Mesquite, 45-38. Kaufman, 57. Carrollton Ranchview, 16. Plano, here's the game of the night. Marcus, it's on TV. Flowermound Marcus, 19. Plano, 14. Wow, good game there. That's going to do
the final
it.
Play.
Yep, our clock is drained and the ball game over. Any final thoughts, Hank?
Well, I mean, Wylie looks like a team that they could really get on a roll and then turn into a playoff team. And they've got an excellent quarterback. They've got an offensive line that fires off the ball well. Good running backs and obviously good receivers. Their offense looks really good and their defense played a strong game tonight. They don't give up any big plays. Well, they gave up one big play tonight. And other than that, they shut down the Rowlett rushing attack. Just didn't give them anywhere to run all night long.
Well, enjoyed it, sir. Thank you for filling in tonight. Hank Clemens has done some games with us, and we appreciate it again tonight. Ethan Herrera should be back next week. You might be working with Ethan next week.
Well, always a pleasure.
Caddo Mills game, thanks to Hank Clemens. Again, our final score, Rowlett loses to Wylie 31-13. Wylie 2-1 in the district, 2-4 overall. Rowlett 1-5 now overall and 1-2 in the district. This was a big game for playoff positioning, so Rowlett's in a little bit of a hole going into their game in 2 weeks. Now, they will have the week off, and then we'll play in 2 weeks against North Garland. That'll be another big district matchup. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks to our engineer, Ethan Brooks, in the studio, Hank Clemens. I'm Scott Powell from Homer B. Johnson Stadium. Thanks for listening, Rowlett listeners, and so long, everybody.
Good night.